take that and rewind it back. You know what Look at that. Look what's so down. The beer line. The beer line. Get on the shoulders, huh? This is Mackay. He's going to take on the bull. The bull run here at ATX Crawfish Festival. Yeah, hold on. Hey, you can do it. Hold on. No mercy! Testing 1 2 3. It's 4:05 p.m. as of now, and switch to just chatting. Oh, okay, let's switch to live stream capturing. Yes, I will say this. I honor my words. So promoting my YouTube channel. Oh, I just hit 101 subscribers as of now. 4:05 p.m. today, Tuesday, 6/24, June the 24th, almost the end of June month. I want to make sure that I got my voice and it's communicating. I want to make sure, because I am going to speak my mind and it's going to be extremely personal. Personal and personal. Testing 1 2 3. Okay. So yeah, I'm promoting my YouTube channel, Sunbeam, General Sunbeam on YouTube. I have currently 101 subscribers. I'm still in the hundreds, thank God. But I posted 375 videos. So here's all my Facebook link. I'm going to read it right here. Greetings, fellow creatives and anime enthusiasts. I'm known across the digital realm as General Sunbeam, Sunbeam Tide Tan, and Solitaire Cosplay. As a passionate content creator, live streamer, like what I'm doing right now, and anime-inspired writer, I dedicate my channel to bringing imaginative stories to life. My mission, to evolve into a successful creative writer and anime producer, crafting narratives that resonate with audience worldwide, inspired by visionaries like Monty Ohm, Ruby, and platforms such as Funimation, or formerly Funimation, and Crunchyroll. I'm gonna also throw in Sentai Films Work, A1 Pictures, Mappa, and Boom, or Bang, Zoom, or something. I aim to transform my stories into captivating visual experience. What to expect? Original anime-inspired stories and scripts, engaging live streams and creative discussions, insights into the journey of content creation and storytelling. Connect with me, Facebook, Solitaire Cosplay, DeviantArt, Sunbeam0/Solitaire Cosplay. I have 2 DeviantArt accounts. Wattpad, Sunbeam007, Blogger or Blogspot, General Sunbeam Story, hashtag content creator, hashtag anime writer, hashtag storytelling, and there are my links. As you can see here on Facebook, I'm showing that right here. All my links right here. You cannot miss it. All here on my YouTube. So let me get to the point. Well, I don't want to get to the point yet. Let me take some time to introduce myself. Here, let me switch this on Facebook. Twitch, yeah, Twitch is sharing this. I'm using Sora AI by OpenAI. I am very transparent about using ChatGPT and all these AI platforms. Unfortunately, it's the future, which is now. Back then, 2021, 2020, during COVID-19, ChatGPT and all these AI didn't exist. These artificial intelligence didn't exist. It is beyond my control. Other than me, I just choose to be a customer and to choose to subscribe to it because I ain't going to spend $2,000 of all these fake artists on DeviantArt, all these fake commission artists trying to cheap sell me, saying all like passing all this down as handcrafted. Like I'm sure they're gonna use AI to say it's handcrafted, and they're gonna pretend to say it will take 2 weeks or a month later, and they're just gonna show me some cheap AI generated images for me spending $2,000. That is a fake commission artist scam on DeviantArt. But I will go ahead. Before I was gonna try to get to it, I'm trying to thoroughly expose all the scammers and all these con artists and dishonesty on Facebook, which I'm also gonna share this on YouTube. I mean, I'm using this as what I call Facebook stream moment or something. Facebook stream. I've already shared it. But first off, I'm doing okay. I'm recovering from my surgery. Tomorrow, I'll be going back into the doctor, to the ARC medical clinic to meet with my general surgeon. I just talked to my surgeon since 6:24 a.m., telling him that my butt is itchy, my tailbone is itchy. I'm recovering from my surgery. It'll be 1 full week since I had the surgery on June the 18th. I am doing okay. As of now, I'm still doing okay. At 4:09 p.m., at the time of this recording, at the time of this live stream, I am doing absolutely okay. My butt is just itchy. I feel like something part in my tailbone, maybe leaking or bleeding. I did change my underwear. I don't want to be too graphic or too much information, but I changed my underwear just for hygiene purpose. So yeah, I'm taking care of myself, and thank God I'm still taking care of myself to this day. While being in my prime, being young, I'm not feeling any serious pain. Just my butt is itchy. That is all. I communicate that with my doctor, to my general surgeon, on my chart on ARC. And again, I'll be coming in for the doctor's appointment for the post-operation checkup with my general surgeon at the medical clinic at Cedar Park ARC. So again, I'm just saying all this, but I'm trying to make sure to exercise security and safety. But what I'm saying is all general public. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and try to introduce myself to all new viewers and audience who are tuning in, watching this live stream publicly, watching this live stream. And I'm also live streaming simultaneously on Twitch under Sunbeam0072. So my Twitch is Sunbeam0072. I promoted my YouTube account under General Sunbeam earlier just to really promote that because, I'm trying to make a name for myself and get out there. So yeah, I'm now live streaming my Sora AI here. So see, this is all going to be shared to the group chat on Facebook Messenger to my wife and my brother-in-law. So all this has been shown. I shared it to my wife's personal Facebook profile. So I'm being super transparent. I'm not hiding anything here. So yeah, all this is generated by me. I don't take credit in an artistic way. I don't take credit for all this. I take responsibility that I'm using this Sora AI. I'm using it as a paid subscriber. So I'm going to take responsibility, but I don't take a big artistic credit behind all this. These are truly AI generated, and you have to give me credit for being honest about it. Nobody's not going to admit that they're using this. They're going to say that it's all hand drawn or hand animated, CGI or whatever. But I'm doing the right thing. I'm not even making money out of this directly. I am not making any money trying to sell or upcharge anybody. But I will be honest, if somebody's demanding my service, they're going to have to pay me $5 a month. If they're trying to do a disservice, telling me, hey, can you create an image of this character barefooted? I don't know, picture of Erza Scarlet from Fairy Tale, since he's barefooted or something in that outfit, something. Yeah, I will say this. Yeah, I mean, it shows right here as it is. But anyway, let me find that. Let me find that. Okay, I need to go to my other account. It has all my YouTube content. So Here you go. So here's this YouTube content I was trying to make precisely on YouTube, but I'm gonna just say it all this together. All right, this one tells me help me write, and so it says here help me write a broad, elaborate address. Viewers' discretion is advised. 18 plus may contain expressive adult suggestive statement that viewers may find unsettling or unsuitable. Viewers' discretion is advised. Actually, I'm gonna just delete that. There you go. So yeah, viewers' discretion is advised. I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. I'm that kind of person. I'm an 18 plus, not safe for work kind of person. I want to be transparent about it, and I know I said this on previous live stream, even on YouTube, even on Twitch, and I did say this on my previous Instagram when I had the Instagram account. But both Instagram accounts, Solitaire Cosplay and Sunbeam Titan, both are deleted. So I will say this: I want to express myself that I am an individual with a serious foot expressive fetish that enjoys going barefoot whenever possible. Once again, I want to express myself that I am an individual with serious foot expressive fetish, foot focused, foot centric that enjoys going barefoot without shoes whenever possible. I am an amateur foot model, foot lover, barefoot lover, and hope to make income posing my bare feet to the cameras. I enjoy grounding or earthing and getting my feet dirty. I am a nature person, not a city urban one. I am also supportive of clothing optional like Adam and Eve. With that being said, I appreciate those that accept me. However, I want to address a specific user who reached out to me personally from YouTube to Facebook. The user in question, who I will call out, goes by the name Saad Afridi. And I did watch a YouTube that there is an Arabic name that goes by a similar name, Saad Man. Saad Man. If you say it in American, it sounds like sad man, but it's Saad Man. It's an Arabic name, a Middle Eastern Arabic name. So Saad Afridi, I assume he's from the Middle East. And he did show a picture of himself, and I know what he looks like. But he come from YouTube. He's from YouTube, so he's a Middle Eastern Arabic person. So he goes out by the name Saad Afridi. Who randomly added me on Facebook twice. Initially, I gave him a chance. He added me on Facebook. I accepted, and we talk over on Facebook Messenger on the instant chat. He randomly added me and didn't properly introduce himself and tell me how or where he find my personal Facebook page to friend request me on. But I will tell you now, he came from YouTube. He commented on my YouTube. He loves my bare feet. He's a foot person. I'm not gonna lie again. I'm a foot person too. Bare feet lover. So I just want to be that transparent. So he added me from YouTube and added me on here. I'm personally on Facebook. So that's how he founded me. And I can't say the same for anyone else that also discovered me on YouTube. I'm sure I might have my search engine on getting friend requests outside of the internet or something. I haven't checked my privacy on my Facebook account. But he directly went straight to direct demand, calling me to send pictures of my bare feet and legs to satisfy his personal chase. Once again, when he added me on Facebook, when I gave him a chance to add me, he didn't really ask me how we met, or he didn't formally introduce himself. He just added me, and he directly went straight to direct demand, calling me to send pictures of my bare feet and legs to satisfy his personal taste fetishes. When I wasn't in the mood and questioning me uncomfortable. Like, I wasn't in the mood. I just came from work at that time, and I felt truly uncomfortable. I wasn't in the mood. I don't respect someone like that person, Saad Afridi, demanding pictures of my bare feet. My feet are over requesting if I don't get paid for my time, committing to his request or whoever's request. If I'm doing this for free, if I don't get paid for doing all that, then I have the right to choose at my own leisure when I want to do it. If I'm in the mood to do it, if I feel like doing it, then I will do it. I do not take commands. I don't like being bossed around, just like any other OnlyFans models or any serious adult models and cosplay models. I'm sure they will not like that either. So I'm trying to say I'm not getting mad, but getting even, fair and square. So I don't appreciate that person, Saad Afridi, demanding pictures of my feet or over requesting if I don't get paid for my time committing to his request or whoever's requests. I have my boundaries too. I have my personal space. I have my boundaries and time when I don't feel like doing all that. I have documented and reported that user, Saad Afridi, for harassment and have declared that individual to be a creep and predator for sexual harassment, for asking for my bare feet picture, and for over demanding, being bossy and disrespectful when he should have just stopped it right there, cut it off right there and say, okay, no problem, I'm sorry. And shouldn't be begging, being a beggar, begging, demanding, and keep telling me to change my name, change my profile name to something, or copy a YouTuber that shows his bare feet, or being all foot expressive. I documented all that, and I still have it on my ChatGPT if I want to pull it up and to try to quote everything he said word for word. But I have already posted this on YouTube, and I'm sure I have already posted it on YouTube already. I already called him out, and I'm calling him again, just like my previous live stream. So, yeah, I have documented and reported that user for harassment and have declared that individual, Saada Freedy, to be a creep and predator for sexual harassment. I have my rights to create images at my own leisure, discretion, and who I want to share it with at a given time. Public statement, embracing autonomy and independence. Dear internet community, I want to share a core aspect of my philosophy and how I live my life. Autonomy. Autonomy. Autonomy to me means being an independent individual who makes their own decisions and takes control of their own destiny. Every choice I make is from the bottom of my heart and the top of my mind, driven by my own hands and thoughts. As someone who values independence, I don't rely on others, including my parents and close friends, to solve my problems. I handle my own situations and prefer to be left alone to navigate my path. I encourage everyone to embrace their own autonomy as well, making their own choices and not depending on others for validation or solutions. That includes that I have told my wife to not rely on me to take her to see her friend or something like that. If she wants to watch a movie, she should try to communicate with an Uber or a taxi, for instance, or a public bus ride to take her from point A to point B. That's the best example. I want to throw this out. I did communicate with my wife in person and online, and I'm already saying that already. I already communicated just as of now already, generally in public, to my wife, to everyone hearing this, to every viewers and audience. I believe that no one should take advantage of others or rely on them without offering something in return. Mutual respect and self-reliance are key, as well as communication, and I am communicating this already. I want people to understand that being autonomous means forging your own path, and it's a value I hold dear. Thank you for understanding and respecting my stance on autonomy. I hope it inspires others to embrace their independence and take charge of their own lives, and take charge only their own lives, what they can control. It can't hurt to ask, but if the driver or someone that wants to if you want to go somewhere and you can't drive, or you don't want to drive or take your own car and you want somebody hopefully to take you, well, you better be paying for their gas, and hopefully they say yes. But if they say no, you respect no for an answer. Either you take an Uber or a public bus and deal with that publicity of being with other people, or just suck it up and don't go. I was like that. And when I was at the age of 18, I went to get my own car. My first car was a 626 Mazda, a used car from the dealer, which turns out to be a shady dealership called Ostentatious Auto, back around 2016 or 2017, when my parents were business owners of Mongolian Grill, Mongol Fire Grill. I went out of my way, like on a Saturday, at the age of 18 or 19, and I got my first vehicle, a used car, a 626 Mazda, Premier Mazda, from Ostentatious Auto. I had a stranger who was a dad, pick me up and took me there, and I got my first vehicle, a used vehicle, for about $2,000. But my parents really see it as shady and is a scam, and they charged me over like $4,000. I gotta check to see if it's raining, because I noticed there's raining outside. Oh, it's raining outside. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna step away. Yep, it's raining. It's definitely raining here around Pond Spring Streets, Pond Spring and Research Boulevard. It's raining around the area. Oh boy, more rain. Yay. So again, that's the definition of autonomy, and I will give myself almost 10 out of 10, a 5 star almost, that I exercise independence and autonomy. And I'm not talking about being financially autonomous here. I'm talking about being freedom as a person, making my own choices and self-reliance. I don't rely on both my immediate families and friends. I do what's within my control, and part of my control is communicate this and defining autonomy, and that's what I did and what I have expressed here. Next public statement, advocating for the creation of Anime Town. Once again, dear internet community, to all audience and viewers tuning in, hearing what I have to say on Twitch and Facebook, I'm excited to share my passion and vision for a project I deeply believe in, Anime Town. Project Anime Town. Much like the vibrant and culturally rich Chinatowns found around the world, Anime Town would be a dedicated space celebrating all things anime and Japanese pop culture. So simply put this, imagine a place where every storefront is an anime enthusiast's dream. A street lined with anime merchandise stores, each packaged with the latest figures, wall scrolls, plushies, and collectibles. Picture a bustling supermarket filled with anime-themed products, boba tea shops playing popular anime on their screens, and restaurants serving dishes inspired by beloved anime series. This is the anime town I envision, a hub for fans to immerse themselves in the culture they love. I continue to advocate for this dream, hoping to bring it to life and share it with the world. An anime town would not only be a commercial space but a cultural landmark, fostering a sense of community and bringing fans together under one vibrant, immersive roof. Of course, it is going to be also difficult if I'm part of the authority or one managing it, either as a landlord, real estate, hoping to seek legal authority and power. It will be politics. It will be the definition of politics here. Since there will be backlash, I assume there will be backlash. There's always going to be negative reviews, mixed bag of opinions, speculation, and all that. I will get more into that, but again, I wanted to create Anime Town and hopefully to continue to envision Anime Town. Thank you for your support and enthusiasm. Together, we can make Anime Town a reality and create a lasting tribute to the world of anime and J-pop culture. And I'll say this, hello. So again, hello viewers at this time. I am Sunbeam Tai 10, also known as General Sunbeam. For those who know me, I am a high-functioning autistic individual, and I often face challenges with communication and socializing. So for some people that know me, that's a fact. I am high-functioning autistic. I'm a high-functioning autistic individual, and I often face challenges with communication and socializing. Believe it or not, this sometimes make me come across as stressed, tense, strained, distraught, awkward, oddball, stern, blunt, cold, and introverted. But it's just part of who I am. I'm a Vietnamese Asian American, born and raised in the United States, in Texas, currently in my 30s, still in my prime, still in my prime. I've had a passion for writing stories since elementary school, starting with journals and pencils and transitioning to Wattpad in 2013. Writing has been a lifelong journey for me, and now in 2025, I continue to craft stories with the help of AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Venice. I have also expanded my creative interests into adult 18 plus explicit not safe for work content, including adult modeling and entertainment, and writing explicit stories and games. My ultimate goal is to become an animator, producing 2D animation inspired by the greats like Studio Ghibli, Monty Ohms, Ruby, and other anime studios, Crunchyroll, Funimation, Netflix, Sentai Filmsworks, MAPPA, A1 Pictures, or A1 Productions. Those studios, anime studios, I aspire to create my own original stories and bring them to life through animation on television. I'm actively seeking opportunities to transition from my current job at Amazon into a career that aligns with my skills and passions. If anyone has leads, connections, or resources in the field of animation or creative writing, I would greatly appreciate your support. I said that many times, and I said it enough, or I can't even say that enough. I would stress that. I've been stressing that, and I've been repeating and saying it similarly many times in my previous live streams on YouTube, and I even say it on Facebook, on my Facebook profile update, Facebook cover update, all that. There's no excuse that one cannot miss that I have said that, and now you're hearing it again, coming from me. I'm actively seeking opportunities to transition from a current job at Amazon into a career that aligns with my skills and passions. If anyone has leads, connections, or resources in the field of animation or creative writing, I would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you for taking the time to get to know me. I look forward to connecting with fellow creators, supporters, and anyone who shares a passion for storytelling and animation. Sincerely, Sunbeam, Tai 10, General Sunbeam. And I'll rephrase this again. This is the same thing I said for my introduction, but again, hello, I am Sunbeam Tai 10, also known as General Sunbeam or Sunbeam 007. For those who know me, I'm a high-functioning autistic individual, which means I sometimes face challenges with communication and social interaction. I do have trouble picking up social cues, so I want to make that crystal clear as it can be. This can make me appear stressed, tense, or introverted, but it's simply part of who I am. Well, unfortunately. I also live with severe acne scars, hyperpigmentation, or dark spots, as you have seen in my previous video and previous live stream where I showed my face, and a persistent parodontal that adds to my daily discomfort, especially at work. But now a slight update. I used to have a persistent parodontal or parodontal sinus, and now I have gotten surgery last week on Wednesday, June the 18th. Tomorrow I'll be coming into the medical ARC to check up with my general surgeon, with my doctor, regarding the post-surgery operation for my parodontal sinus. And I'm glad to have gotten over with and got the surgery procedure out of the way. And I'm doing okay. And my butt is just itchy at the moment. So I'm glad to go to work this Thursday, and it will feel more like a bit of a peace of mind, minus being on foot for 10 hours, nearly 10 hours or 11 hours, walking on foot at the warehouse. Still not a big fan of that job. I'm a Vietnamese Asian American, born and raised in the United States, Texas, for most of my life. Currently in my 30s, in my prime, and living with my immediate family members here in this household at home. That's right, living with my family members. I'm a big eater, and I love trying all kinds of food and beverages, whether domestic or international. It usually takes a buffet to fill me up. My journey as a writer began in elementary school with journals and pencils, and I transitioned to Wattpad in 2013. Writing has been a lifelong passion, and now in 2025, I continue to write with the help of AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Venice. I've also branched out into adult, not safe for work content, including modeling, entertainment, and writing explicit stories and games. My favorite types of media lean toward the lighter side. I prefer fan service, happy endings, and slice of life genres. I'm not a fan of horror, slasher, or overly realistic graphic movies. I don't like blood and gore. I don't like graphic contents. My favorite realistic movies are from the James Bond 007 franchise. My favorite Disney movie is Mulan, and I love classic Disney shows like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, Corey in the House, and maybe my favorite Nickelodeon channel is Drake and Josh, and then Nick at Night will be George Lopez and The Home Improvement. My top 3 anime series are Sword Art Online, SAO, Saga of Tanya the Evil, and Code Geass, The Luge of the Rebellion. I don't read much and am not fluent in my native language, Vietnamese, though I try my best to communicate my native language, Vietnamese, and also am trying to work on speaking Spanish and Cantonese. I am a married man. I'm married to my wife. Soon celebrating 2 years with my wife, and I currently live with my immediate family. I know I said that earlier, but I'll say it again, that me and my wife currently live with my immediate family. Financially, I'm not wealthy. I'm just working hard to make ends meet and live a normal life, pursuing the American dream like many other people out there on the streets. You know, going to work, going to school, whatever, having kids, raising kids, all that. The American dream. Ultimately, my goal is to transition from my current job into a career in animation and creative writing. If anyone can provide leads or connections in the animation industry, I would be immensely grateful. Thank you for getting to know me. I look forward to connecting with fellow creatives and supporters who share my passion for storytelling and animation. And I will say this again, just another rephrase. Hello, everyone. I want to share an update on how my wife, my immediate family, and I are doing. We're simply doing the same thing, same old, same old. We're doing okay. We're making ends meet, continuing our usual routine of working 40 hours a week at Amazon, trying to put food on the table. The job can be tough with 10-hour shifts, sometimes stretching to 11 hours during peak times or Amazon Prime events. As always, working in a warehouse isn't my passion. I don't enjoy it, just like I wouldn't enjoy working in a gas station, fast food joint, or a typical office. My heart lies in the world of anime. I strongly support the idea of Anime Town and dream of working in an anime-focused environment. Whether it's an anime retail store like Kinokuniya, Tori, Giftworks, Tori Kawaii, FYE, Hot Topic, or Game Freak, or Gift World's collection. I don't know why it says Game Freaks. It should be Gift World Collections in Lakeline Mall, or serving as a staff at anime conventions. I want to be surrounded by the vibrant culture of anime. I long to work in an environment filled with anime wallpapers, wall scrolls, manga, plushies, and DVDs, not the monotony or monotonous of conveyors, belts, and Amazon packages and machineries, loud whirring machinery noise. It's been a struggle to find opportunities that align with my passions. My wife faces her own challenges. She's not a morning person and usually wakes up in the late afternoon, often staying up late into the night playing video games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. And yes, I am well aware of that. She does post a lot about Hoyoverse fandom on her own personal Facebook profile. And I want to be honest, I am keeping track of that, watching what she posts. And I'm not trying to be overprotective or manipulative. But either way it goes, I don't want to get in trouble for being irresponsible or being an irresponsible husband for not keeping my wife in check and all that. But again, she does play video games late at night, and she does tend to stay up late at night playing Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail or Wuthering Wave or VR Chat. She does surf the internet. She shares a lot largely on Facebook, watches a lot of Facebook shorts or Facebook videos. She does go on Instagram, shares a lot of pictures and photos on Instagram, and she does participate in Discord, voice chat with other friends. So I know that. I'm aware of her. I am well aware of that. She's an avid gamer and spends her time mostly on Facebook, Discord, and Instagram, connecting with friends and sharing her love for Genshin. As for me, I continue to write my stories on Wattpad and use tools like ChatGPT to refine them. It shows, and I've already shown that before on my previous live stream on Facebook and Twitch, and I'm showing it again. So I am 100% sure I am not hiding that I am not using ChatGPT to write my stories. I am being honest. You have to give me credit for that. Nobody would admit, or hardly anybody would not be stone cold honest to the brim in saying that they use ChatGPT openly to craft their own stories or to bring their own creativity on paper. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I can't draw, and like I said, I'm still recovering from a surgery, and I'll be going back to work. 10 hours, 40 hours, or 55 hours taking away my free time. I don't have all the time to draw or animate all that hand-drawn. And I don't think I'll ever get acknowledged or saying, oh, I love your drawing. I'm glad it's handwritten or hand-drawn. I don't think I'll get a lot of recognition for it. Just like all my previous posts and all my previous live stream, I don't get a lot of popularity. I'm not a popular person myself. I don't get a lot of likes and comments and all that. I mean, I'm glad to have 101 or over 100 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm glad to have some sort of likes and followers, at least better than staying at zero. I mean, I'm glad to have something. So again, I know my wife. She's an avid gamer. She posts a lot of things on Facebook, largely Genshin Impact or by the company of Hoyoverse, formerly MiHoYo. She does participate in voice chat, talking to her friends on Discord, and she does post a lot of photos on Instagram that I'm well aware of. And I want to be honest, I do keep track and watch what she posts. I don't go on her computer or all that. So if she needs to have something fixed on her laptop, she's on her own. Especially if she needs to fix the internet connection, she's on her own. That's a downside. I always do see that she expressed frustration with having trouble to reconnect to the internet and all that. And she doesn't know what to do. But again, I'm trying to be a good husband, or working on it, always trying to be a good, transparent husband. If my wife doesn't want me to pry into her phone or her computer, she shouldn't be doing the same to me. And she shouldn't be overhugging guys, and I'm not going to take her to see friends like Brendan Chang or Marvelousmehki frequently or every week. I mean, that was last year, but now I'm grown up, and I am not going to waste gas mileage just to take my wife to see another guy just for her to hug and laugh and lay a hand like all that. No. If my wife doesn't want me to hug any other girls or engage in those kind of things with another woman, I want to make sure I get even, fair and even. I don't pry into other couples' personal affairs. I worry about me and my wife and my immediate family. I worry about myself. I mind my own business. I will give myself about 10 out of 10 for that. So I know she connects. I know my wife connects with friends and sharing her love for Genshin. While for me, I continue to write my stories on Wattpad and use tools like ChatGPT to refine them. I'm also learning to use AI video generators like Sora AI, Runway, Vidu, Animemon or something. Various AI video generation platforms like all those. And experimenting with creating original music through platforms like Udio. I use Udio, and yeah, I am heavily relying on all these handicap artistic platforms, AI, to create my original piece, my original content. But I am not trying to sell this or pass it down like business wise. I am not doing this commercially. This is all for me to fulfill my own creativity, putting my own images on paper here with the help of ChatGPT and all that, with all these AI handicap artistic tools. My goal remains to transition into a career in creative writing and animation, surrounded by what I love most. So again, I'm doing all this for me. Why I'm using all these AI, I don't have all the time to draw or hand draw, and I doubt I'll get credit or get money out of it. I'm the least popular person. Despite that, I'm live streaming right now, and I've been posting a lot of content. I've been very active for more than a decade on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter X, Instagram, DeviantArt. You've seen me around. I've been mostly active, but nobody choose not to engage with me, and I like it like that. I don't want nobody to be engaging with me that considerably be toxic or predatorial. But I do what I enjoy doing. That's why I use ChatGPT and all that to facilitate my creativity to paint the picture very much. But I am doing it for myself, not for profits or commercial use. So you have to give me that. So that's why I'm not hiding it. I wish I can challenge all the people that use ChatGPT, if they're doing it for artistic purposes, to only do it for free for themselves and not make money out of it. Like not to be selling not to be indulging or selling in a way, overcharging people $30 or $50 for something like that. So I want to challenge the internet, Facebook and Twitch, even YouTube. Since I'll be sharing this Facebook live stream on YouTube as well, by downloading this and share it on YouTube. I appreciate any leads or assistance in finding these opportunities. I don't want to continue working at Amazon, waking up early and dealing with the stress of metrics, rates, and performance. I long for a relaxed, lenient position immersed in the anime culture I cherish. Thank you all for your support and understanding. Let's make this dream a reality. General Sunbeam, Sunbeam Titan. So there you go. And I'm going to say on here, I want to address an issue that I feel strongly about: the monetization requirements imposed by platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, DeviantArt, and Twitch. Many other social media platforms that follow this kind of subscribe or followers or following whatever. Currently, these platforms require creators to meet high benchmarks, like 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, or 50 followers on Twitch before they can even begin to earn from their content. I strongly disagree with these requirements. It shouldn't take thousands of subscribers or millions of views to start monetizing content. These thresholds place an undue burden on creators and make it incredibly difficult for new and aspiring content creators like myself to earn a living. Content creators can't control how many people subscribe or follow them, nor should their earnings be tied to such metrics. People can unsubscribe or unfollow at any time. Like, I already have 102 subscribers on YouTube. I just lost 2 subscribers on YouTube. And I used to have 517 followers on my Facebook Solitaire Cosplay. Now I'm down to 505 or 504 followers currently Solitaire Cosplay page. So again, yes, it's a fact. People can unsubscribe or unfollow at any time, as well as the opposite. They can subscribe or follow at any time as they wish at their own discretion. That's beyond me and every content creator's control. Especially, I'm a least popular person. I'm not worth. I could just be honest and say straight to the point, and I'm just being pessimistic and honest, brutally honest, that I'm not worth a lot of people's subscription here. I'm not worth being followed. I'm pretty sure, because I'm not like Mr. Beast, or I'm not like PewDiePie or anything. If I try to play horror games or something, will somebody want to follow me or subscribe to me because that? I doubt it. It's all about how I look, appearance, and if I'm a female, I'm pretty sure it will hit different. But it is what it is. But yeah, people can unsubscribe or unfollow at any time, making it an unreliable measure of a creator's worth or potential. I really disagree. That's why I don't like the YouTube and Twitch benchmark requirements to be access to monetizing your content for pennies. I believe these platforms should lower or eliminate these stringent requirements and make it easier for creators to monetize their content. Everyone who puts effort into creating videos, sharing thoughts, and making reels, and if they even take the time to edit the video, no matter how short or how long, or especially if it's really long, like it takes hours and a lot of editing and hard work put into it, then they should have the opportunity to earn from their work without having to meet arbitrarily and difficult benchmarks. It feels like a presidential campaign. Why people should vote for you to be a president. It feels just like that. I want to advocate for a change in how these platforms handle monetization. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, TikTok, Pinterest, Quora, Reddit, 4chan, Blue Sky, DeviantArt, OnlyFans, Patreon, many social medias that follows these kind of things. Subscribe, follow, watch. I find it unfair, and I find it strongly disagree. I find it very disagreeing. I want to advocate for a change in how these platforms handle monetization, making it fairer and more accessible for all content creators. Just like X Hamster. It's a not safe for work 18 plus pornography website. X Hamster is kind of like straightforward. You submit an application and boom, you're already a content creator earning pennies already. So special thanks, shout out to X Hamster for doing that. Let's push for a system where creativity and effort are rewarded without unnecessary hurdles. Thank you for supporting this cause and for helping make the content creation landscape more equitable for everyone. And thank you for our viewers and audience that believe in this kind of philosophy, politics, and all that. So yeah, I hope to see that big change. Again, I want to address the significant challenges and frustration I have with the monetization requirements set by platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, and DeviantArt. These platforms often require creators to achieve high benchmarks, such as 1,000 subscribers, 50 followers on Twitch, or Pacific watch hours, before allowing monetization. This is a struggle for many content creators, including myself, who have been active for decades, but still face challenges in growing a fan base. Despite me uploading a lot of content, almost 400 content or 500 content, but still have a low fan base of subscribers or followers. At one point, I had 5 subscribers on YouTube long time ago, or at one point I used to have 102 subscribers on YouTube, or 102 subscribers on YouTube, and plus 2 followers on Twitch. But now I lost them all, or I lost 2 subscribers on my current YouTube as of now, and I'm down to only 101 subscribers on my YouTube account. Similarly, my DeviantArt watchers dwindled from over 172 to 160 back then. Now it rose from from 172 all the way to 221. Thank you. I guess I've been using AI a lot, Sora AI, to create a lot of images of fan art characters. I mean, I did show that on my previous live stream here on Facebook and maybe on Twitch and maybe on YouTube. I did show that. So I showed that I've been creating a lot of fan arts like Sora Online characters, characters from My Scientific Railgun, Code Geass, and all that. And yeah, I've been sharing some anime 2D feet pictures. I'm gonna be honest and transparent about that. But yeah, now I have over 221 or 222 or 220 watchers on my DeviantArt account on Sunbeam 0. But largely due to fake accounts and low engagement, possibly, or obviously, because it's largely due to fake accounts and low engagement, despite being a verified and legitimate user for nearly 30 years. Well, 30 years of my lifetime, because I haven't been using DeviantArt for like building up my content and all that. I've just been using it as a customer and just looking at other content creators and, be a viewer myself. But now I'm a content creator. Altogether, I've been nearly having those accounts for nearly 30 years, but each is more than a decade for sure. Building and maintaining a fan base has been incredibly difficult, at least for me personally, but it feels difficult almost as a fact. It's all because again, it's a fact that people can unwatch, unsubscribe, and unfollow, and of course, those that find your content appealing, or it's worth subscribing or following to, is their choice. Cannot force them, and that's why I don't blame them. I blame the platform, YouTube, Facebook, and all that. I disagree with their benchmark requirements. Moreover, being a public figure or model comes with its own risk. And I know I said this a lot, and I said this sharing a lot of other YouTube content, other true crime documentaries about creeps and stalkers and all that. Being a public figure or a model comes with its own risk, best consequences, and what to expect. When you're being a model or a public figure, you agree to the natural terms of service that you will be documented, you will be told, people will talk about you, people will document about you, people will say either good or bad things about you. You're exposing yourself online can attract privacy invasions, stalkers, and unwanted attention. Aspiring influencers and models need to be aware of these potential dangers and understand the trade-offs of putting themselves out there, making a name for yourself. Just like what happened to Selena Quinatilla. She got killed by her own friend. Yolanda Salviers, whatever you say it. If you know Selena Quinatiris, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she got assassinated by her own friend, and she was a Mexican Tejano singer. That's one example. Another example is, well, let's say, and there was another a female singer, a female pianist who became a rock star, who became a public figure. I think her last name is Grimm, but she got assassinated by a stalker or creep. And I did watch that, and I did share that on my Facebook, but I moderated and deleted it. I try to upcycle and reshare it, but there are creeps and stalkers out there, and if you're being a public figure, celebrity figure, or a model of any background, you're exposing yourself willingly. So you automatically agree to the terms of service, and you can't complain about stalkers or creepers, because you should be expecting that, and you need to be prepared for that, to defend yourself and to advocate, to stand your ground. Because I'm just saying this as a general awareness that you're exposing yourself online can attract privacy invasions, stalkers, creepers, and unwanted attention. Aspiring influencers and models need to be aware of these potential dangers and understand the trade-offs of putting yourself out there. That's a fact. I believe these platforms need to rethink their monetization policies. Content creators should have a fair chance to earn from their work without being subjected to arbitrary benchmarks that are hard to achieve and maintain. Let's push for a more equitable and accessible system that rewards creators for their effort and creativity, not just their follower counts, or subscribers or watchers. Similar to the not safe for work pornography website X Hamster, where it feels straightforward and you just feel like you're having fun posting contents left and right. You're being fun, you're having fun being yourself, and you're posting content. Like, it feels that way, but YouTube, it feels like you really have to compete to be noticed and hope you hit that jackpot of going viral and all that. At least for me, I'm having difficult because I'm a guy and I have acne. I'm Asian. I don't look good looking. I already figured out the niche and what people look for more, but I don't have all the privacy or the free time to go out of my way to commit those niche. Because again, earlier it rained and right now it stopped raining and it's almost 5 p.m. as of now. So again, thank you for your understanding. Thank you for understanding and supporting this cause, sorry. So I made that super transparent. And I want to add, I like to share some thoughts on a few important topics that I feel could greatly enhance our community and quality of life. First and foremost, I envision a comprehensive all-in-one medical center that combines various healthcare services under one roof. Dermatology, dental care, cognitive and neurological care, spa treatments or advanced spa treatments, hand and nail care, or manicure, pedicure, podiatrist or something, and mental health service. This would eliminate the need to drive to multiple locations for different treatments and provide a seamless, integrated healthcare experience, all in one packages. Additionally, I would love to see exotic spa treatments like mud baths available locally in Central Texas, Pflugerville, Austin, Round Rock, maybe Taylor, Manor, somewhere close and doesn't take an hour-long drive from where I'm at least half an hour at the most. So locally in Central Texas, specifically around Pflugerville, Round Rock, and Austin. So at least for me, or for those that lives in this area, so we don't have to travel too far off places for such experience, such as going to Napa Valley, Calistoga, California, to the Golden Haven Spa for the exotic, unique mud bath experience, or going to Indonesia, to Bali or something for that nice flower bath, the flora bath. Furthermore, I'm a strong advocate for more anime-themed businesses in Central Texas. We need more retail stores, themed cafes, and conventions that celebrate anime culture. Again, I stand strong with Anime Town, promoting Anime Town. I want to see more of that. We need more retail stores, themed cafes, and conventions that celebrate anime culture. It would be fantastic to see more conventions featuring cosplayers prominently on their websites and giving recognition to community members like myself who have been active. Community members like myself who have been actively involved in conventions and anime culture for years. We deserve to be acknowledged, not just through attendance, but through visibility, interviews, blogs, podcasts, and even documentary features that capture the essence of who we are and what we bring to these spaces, convention spaces. Beyond conventions, I believe there is a need for an anime town, a fully realized plaza dedicated to anime culture, similar to how Chinatowns or Little Tokyos exist as cultural hubs. Imagine a central plaza filled with anime merch shops, manga cafes, themed diners inspired by iconic shows, cosplay tailoring studios, retro gaming arcades, and even small anime theaters hosting screenings and community panels. Such a place would not only boost tourism, but also provide local creators and small business owners an outlet to thrive in the supportive and culturally vibrant environment. I also advocate for better opportunities in the media and modeling space, where cosplayers and content creators can be spotlighted without needing a massive follower count. So micro sponsorship, filling out application for beginner sponsorships to help them grow their followers, help them grow their subscribers, help them grow their social media platforms outlet. So I also advocate for better opportunities in the media and modeling space where cosplayers and content creators alike can be spotlighted without needing a massive follower count. It's time for the industry to stop measuring value solely by likes and subscriber numbers. Talent, passion, and consistency should be recognized on their own merits. Let us build a future where creative individuals don't have to go viral, quote unquote, to be validated or to be recognized. Let's foster in communities that celebrate authenticity and give everyone a space to shine regardless of popularity metrics. Thank you for listening, and thank you for believing in a more inclusive and artistically flourishing future. And that's the memo. As I reflect, so again, when pranks cross the line, the ethics and impact of public harassment body. As I reflect on the prominent prank and social experiment creators such as Sam Pepper, G. Dion, Onision, Troll Station, Vitali, and Nico, I recognize their undeniable boldness and capacity to engage audiences at scale. However, it's clear that many of their stunts shift beyond harmless fun into realms of harassment, public disturbance, and legal risk. For example, Sam Pepper's butt pinch prank disrespected personal boundaries and was vilely condemned as sexual harassment. G. Dion's mall takeovers and event disruptions, though comedic to some, led to venue bans and legal warnings. Onison's controversy includes grooming allegations and doxing, reflecting a pattern of manipulative behavior. Troll stations, staged robberies, cause genuine fear and result in custodial sentences. Vitaly's pranks have involved physical property theft, trespassing, and even battery charges across international borders. Nico Omilana's satirical pranks may raise social awareness, but also flirt dangerously with deceit and misinformation. While these creators or content creators or YouTubers, Facebook, TikTokers generate millions of views through shock value and bold antics, it's essential to recognize the larger social costs. Victims of pranks often face humiliation, emotional distress, or even physical danger. Security personnel and bystanders are left to manage the fallout, sometimes confronting aggression themselves. These actions blur the line between content creation and criminal behavior, normalizing invasive and disrespectful attitudes. I believe we can demand empathy and responsibility. No punchline justifies public harassment. Ethical guidelines and clear boundaries, both self-imposed and platform-enforced. Audience awareness, support entertaining content that also respects privacy, consent, and safety. References for each creator can be found via their official YouTube channels, link above. Well, I didn't share any links, but again, they're on YouTube. Search for all of them that I just said earlier. I invite viewers to reflect critically, and when does mischievous fun become emotional or legal harm? For another example, Zach Cray, YouTuber, has built a sizable following, has over 380k subscribers with 24 million views. I can never believe that Zach Cray can build that much of a following, a fan base, just through audacious public pranks, stealing money, staging fight scenes, and even stalking strangers. While undeniably entertaining for some, these stunts often toe the line between shocking content and harassment. One video even showed him being detained by authorities for crossing that boundary. We've seen a pattern among public pranksters like Fred Beyer, aka Durf, and Johnny Somali, Neon, Jack Doherty. What else? And all these food tempering liquors that Webby WebServe have exposed on TikTok, where they contaminate food products and all that with, like the guy, I forgot his name, who just bug sprayed all the produce at Walmart that got apprehended by law enforcement. Like all these TikToker pranksters that lick ice creams and all that for clout. Like all these clout chasers. Where entertainment sometimes justifies disregard for consent, personal space, food tempering, endangerment, sometimes the law. What's worse, these antics can encourage bystander discomfort, emotional distress, and potential physical danger. Yeah, definitely potential physical danger when you you keep on pranking and putting yourself in danger, especially if it involves other people. It's time we hold these creators accountable. They might gain views from chaos, but at what cost? Entertainment doesn't excuse aggressive, non-consensual stunts in public. My brand supports respect, safety, and creativity, not disruption. Let's highlight these issues so viewers can make informed choices. And I'm calling them out, exposing them out. And I'm glad 15 Minutes of Shame on YouTube and Legal Mindset are hopefully documenting all these, as I'm documenting them here on my Facebook live stream and on Twitch and sharing this on YouTube, calling out a lot of these bad actors and bad behaviors. So I made that clear. And now, being almost an hour into this live stream, I'm glad I'm still live streaming. Right now, too low frame per second. Yeah, I know. Okay. So man, I'm wasting a lot of my time here. I mean, I was trying to do a job search here. Like I'm trying to make a live stream to do my job search. Today is my friend old school Jose Velasquez, Joe Velasquez birthday. So again, happy birthday, Joe Velasquez. Happy birthday, old school. I wanted to give you a proper shout out, a formal shout out. So yeah, on my Twitch, I'm sharing all this personally, so it's really showing this. So here, let me show this. Let me show my personal Facebook, just for transparency. See, I am live now. I'm gonna get back to that later. I'm gonna read about this later on. This is about how to run a comic convention from DieGeekdomCon. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. I might archive this one. This one's by Amazon. Here you go. I shared this and I tagged my wife. So I'm trying to exercise privacy here, not to disclose a lot of people here. But this is my Facebook. And like I said, it shows that I'm well aware. I'm very sharp, keenly aware that what's going on here. So for just transparency purposes, I want to say happy birthday to a true OG MVP Joe Velasquez, Jose Velasquez, Joe the Pro, old school. Today I want to take a moment to give flowers to someone who earned my highest respect, not just as a friend, but as a mentor, a brother figure, and someone who's shown me what it really means to carry yourself with class, wisdom, and heart, with humbleness. Joe Velasquez, you're not just old school. You are the gold standard of what real friendship and loyalty look like. You stood by me when others mocked you. You stood by me when others mocked. You listened when others judged. And you never once let ego get in the way of understanding or compassion. Praise. I'm proud to say I look up to you. I admired your humbleness and I admire your decision and your transparency and being honest. At least with me and my wife. I don't know if you're being dishonest to your own son, Chris Velasquez, but I'm sure you treat him the way you want to be treated, and I treat you the way I want you to treat me, just the same as I treat people the way I want to be treated. I'm proud to say I look up to you. I admired you as a person. You're a man of honor and reason, the kind of person this world needs more of. And on this day, I just want to say thank you, muchas gracias, for being solid, for being calm, for being someone I could count on, especially when things around me get noisy or fake. I've learned a lot by watching how you carry yourself, and I hope that in my own way, I can reflect some of that integrity you've always shown me. So here's to you, Joe. Happy birthday, old school. Happy birthday, Joe. Happy birthday, old school. Happy birthday, Jose Velasquez. Happy birthday, Joe the Pro, the bowling pro. Excuse me. May your day be filled with love, peace, and the appreciation you truly deserve. Hashtag respect the real ones. Hashtag old school wisdom. Hashtag happy birthday, Joe. Hashtag thank you, brother. Hashtag loyalty never fades. And I have it in Spanish here. Feliz cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños. So there you go. Happy birthday, old school. Happy birthday, Joe. I am strongly going to recognize you since we met around 2014 at the same time when I met your son, Chris. Chris Velasquez, a.k.a. Crazy74, Crazy Chris. When I first met him at UshiCon 2014, I like it better when we're just acquaintance. We're like getting to know each other. And I honestly kind of miss that part. I like to keep it that way. Keeping distance. Because I don't want to get too comfortable where we know each other so well and then we attack each other, belittle each other, nitpick each other, Because while I'm wishing you a happy birthday, and I'm showing this on Facebook transparently, showing as it is here just for education purpose. You see, I'm married to my wife, and there's all my hashtag, there's all my other social media platforms here: Twitch TV, Sunbeam 072, DeviantArt, Soulchair Cosplay, Wattpad, Sunbeam 07, YouTube. Currently followed by 48 people, and I currently have 328 friends on my personal Facebook friend list. So I'm sharing this again. Catch the moment, a legacy honored in sword and soul, a personal testimony by me. This post is more than a reflection, it's a formal salute to one of my most profound anime experiences of our time, Sword Art Online SAO. SAO was not merely a story, it was and is a declaration of purpose, a vivid, emotional journey that transcended screens and embedded itself into the hearts of gamers, dreamers, and believers across the world. It was never just about fighting in virtual worlds, it was about finding meaning within them. So, Ordinary Scale, Catch the Moment. It's a classic Sword Online movie, the first movie that came out that was a movie. To the Knights of the Blood Oath. Long live the Knights of the Blood Oath. You were meant to be remembered not as the victims of betrayal, but as a paragons of unity, courage, and purpose. I always thought the Knights of the Blood Oath Guild is supposed to be a protagonist guild and not the guild of corruption and betrayal, which is very sad if you have seen the anime towards the end of season 1. I don't want to spoil it, but I will say it that much that it should be a unity, courage, bravery, purpose, and act of valor. Your crest deserves to shine eternity as a symbol of devotion. For that, I raise my blade in tribute, but I would aim my swords at corruption. As a seasoned MMORPG player since 2009, I have lived the battles many now only remember. I've raided at midnight. I've shielded new players from PKers, red players, PvP, player versus players. I've revived fallen allies. I've led, protected, grinded, not for acolytes, but to connect, to belong. But the landscape today has changed. What I see now when I log in now. Commonly AFK, away from keyboard, away from computer players, filling hot lobbies with hollow presence. Abandoned help channels where voices once thrived. Parties without purpose. Guilds without honor. A lack of true connection and MMO spirit. It breaks my heart to admit it. The MMORPG culture we once cherished is fading. Not gone, but dimmed. To those who've forgotten what it means to play with heart, maybe it's time to log off. Because I don't like AFKers. I want people that plays the game. I want people to actually ask for help and ask me for help and add me on their friend list. Asking me, hey, you want help? Let's be friends. We need players again who walk boldly into danger zones and ask, need help? I got you. Or I got you, fam. Let's squad up. Let's build something real. Like, I need people, proactive and productive players like that. Because that spirit, the one SAO showed us could exist, is worth fighting for, worth recreating, worth preserving. And again, I'm always ready, and I will catch the moment. I'm gonna read this. 6 hours ago, I updated my profile. Solitaire cosplay, a memoir in motion. These aren't just photos, they are living proof, captured moments that embody our energy, our presence, and our commitment to the culture we love. Welcome to Solitaire Cosplay, because I am Solitaire Cosplay. I created Solitaire Cosplay on Facebook, on the page. We create where creativity meets conviction. Born shortly after AkashiCon 2022, Solitaire Cosplay wasn't founded on a whim. It was built on a calling. We're not just fans in costume. We are creators, dreamers, and builders actively shaping the future of anime fandom. The core team is at Sunbeam Titan, aka General Sunbeam. I'm the proprietor, I'm the creator. Take full responsibility and accountability for creating this. I still don't see myself taking credit for all this. I created it for a purpose. And my wife, Asuna-ni45, which of course it shows her real name here, as well as my real name here. Asuna-ni45, my partner in crime and cosplay, with special guest collaborators such as Marvelousmehki and Ryosuke Mira 1995 and Joe the Pro / Old School. Of course, Marvelousmehki, Makai G, and Seungi Lee, Seungi L. So I apologize if I had to put your real name out there, but I'm sure people will eventually know your real name anyway. Each photo we post is more than just a memory. It's evidence of the investment poured into this passion years ago, since 2021. Convention passes, custom cosplay gear, hotel stays for survival and rest, gas mileage, parking, vehicle wear and tear, food and hydration to keep the energy going, supporting fellow artists, dealers, and photographers. The mission, Solitaire Cosplay, isn't a phase, it's a pathway. We aim to be recognized not just as attendees, but as featured cosplay guests, brand ambassadors, public creators, and collaborators. Our in-game careers in the anime industry, spanning cosplay, live streaming, story writing, animation, and voice acting. With tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Venice AI, we don't just consume anime, we help create it. And altogether, I am trying to paint a picture of going to an anime convention. It's like being in an anime, in any anime episodic television or movies. I can use ChatGPT to paint a picture like that. Because I am the character, and I can just simply pose and be my own and pose my own original pose or just cosplay and just be my own character. I don't have to commit copyright infringement and just copy a character that's has to be screen accurate, because ChatGPT will help me paint that and animate that as I was a character. We aren't waiting for the gatekeepers. We're building the gates ourselves. Anime Town, the dream we're building. Promoting Anime Town isn't just a fantasy, it's my mission bullseye. A dream that I envisioned when I was at work. The thought naturally came to me, and again it clicks. A world where anime-themed businesses, cafes, water parks, creative studios, and convention venues aren't just side attractions. They're cultural centers on a permanent level. We're advocating for otaku-driven jobs and infrastructure in Central Texas. If you hear of any anime opportunities in Austin or nearby, be it in an event, store opening, or creative leads, once again, please share it. Please share it on my Facebook Messenger, email me, let me know. I made that very transparently clear, and so far nobody has reached out to me whether they know, and I am thanking ChatGPT for at least giving me some few leads. I already reached out to Anime Universe and to the UFC UFO Arcade because of ChatGPT flushing it out for me. Thanks to the deep search. So special thanks and shout out to ChatGPT for that prime example. So if y'all have any leads, creative leads, anime store openings or whatever, share it to me. I know ChatGPT and all these AI platforms just the same as human mindsets. We both don't know anything. We are not gods. We are not above God, or we don't really know anything or everything. But I share with ChatGPT. If I know something, I document it. A good community member uplifts others by forwarding opportunities and sharing resources. That's how we grow together. The kind of friendship I welcome. Real connections are built on trust, mutual care, and balance, and as well as understanding one's personal preference. Here's what I value. Supportive spirit, walk with me through both growth and struggle. Mutual respect, give and receive without entitlement. Emotional safety, no horror, trauma, or excessive graphic, over-the-top realistic graphic content in my space. At least towards me. If you have other friends that likes horror, talk to them about it. Positive energy, uplifting vibes over toxic attitudes. Practical help, from errands to just being present, your effort matters. Reciprocal loyalty, not about obligation, but authentic care. We all deserve friendship that don't drain us but recharge us. And of course, scam awareness and creative platform safety. I'm aware of the growing threat of commission scams on platforms like DeviantArt, DA, Instagram, Telegram, and Discord. Maybe Skype, maybe Blue Sky, maybe Twitter X. Even YouTube and Facebook Marketplace. Facebook itself is full of scams too. These often begin with vague praise, suspicious accounts, and pressure for quick transaction. I actively research scam patterns ranging from phishing, spoofing, to social engineering, and I advocate for safe practices across all creator communities. To all creators, stay alert, trust your gut, verify before you respond, and always protect your data and time. And then, of course, ColossalCon Texas 2025. Upcoming ColossalCon Texas 2025, or CCTX 25. Solitaire cosplayers returning to Kalahari Resort Indoor Water Park and Conventions in Round Rock, Texas, United States of America, and we're bringing the sunshine. Again, Solitaire Cosplay SC is returning to Kalahari Resort and Round Rock, Texas, and we're bringing the sunshine. Beachwear, poolside photo shoots, cosplay contests. It's the ultimate anime resort weekend. Use promo code Solitaire, which is 2 syllables. It is not solitaire. It's not that card game. It's Solitaire. Remove the I. So again, Soltaire, SOLTAIRE, to get $10 off or 10% off your badge, your weekend membership badge. Just be sure to use that promo code Soltaire on your checkout. Let's support indie independent creators, share smiles, and capture memories that last forever. My career identity, From go-kart operations to security shifts, from wrestling promos to watchdog activism, every role has sharpened my purposes. My true north, to work in anime-centered creative fields as a writer, producer, story editor, or concept designer alongside companies like Crunchyroll, A1 Pictures, or MAPPA. Rooster Teeth, formerly Funimation, Studio Ghibli, Sentai Films work, all those anime studios. I'm not here for clout. Oh no, I don't chase clout like Johnny Somali. I don't chase clout like those people, those pranksters on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever. I don't wreak havoc. I don't harass people like that. I don't see why I should waste my time doing that. So again, I'm not here for clout or aggressive clout or being a clout chaser. I'm here to make content that matters. If you truly support me, here's how. Only send leads related to creative writing, anime fiction, games, anime production, studio coordination, cosplay / hospitality based jobs, with anime theme, of course, focus on anime, convention staffing, panels, or brand ambassador programs. That's where I shine. That's my orbit. I know I said that before, or I said that earlier. I'm repeating myself to make it super clear. That's my truth. That's what I want, and that's my expectation to all of you internet viewers, audience, hearing this. Even on Twitch and YouTube. I'm doing this a news format style, and I'm calling it out as it is, telling you where I stand and what I am and how I feel and all that. Solitaire Cosplay isn't just our name, it's our manifesto. Let's build the future of fandom together. For every dreamer, creamer, creators. For every creators, for every store yet to be told. That's a memo. Then I have shared this 6 hours ago from YouTube. I was feeling angry. This is about from Webby Websurf, from all these creep stalkers with the Ring camera. So I'm going to just say this here. Get this on live stream, on Facebook live stream. That I watch Webby Websurf, WWS, Webby Websurf, Tux, Virtual Ventures, Coffee House Crime, Dire Trip, all these YouTubers that covers true crime documentary and even true horror documentary. I'm not a big fan of true crime or true horror, but I watch it for education and awareness purposes. In today's rapidly evolving digital age, safety, both online and offline, has become more important than ever. As showcased in videos such as deranged criminals caught by Ring cameras, it is clear that we live in a time where home surveillance and public security infrastructures are not only valuable, they are essential. I want to be absolutely clear in distancing myself from any behavior that resembles intrusion, trespassing, and unsolicited visits. I am not, nor will I ever be, one of those random individuals walking up to someone's home without a legitimate, respectful reason. If there is no formal invitation, whether as a guest, service worker, in parentheses, such as DoorDash or Uber Eats when I'm delivering food or packages to their doorsteps, formally. And I try to be transparent. I try to let them know, hey, I'm on my way. I got your food. I take a picture to let them know that I'm there, not to be a creep or anything. Or for business-related purposes, I respectfully stay away, period. Boundaries matters. Autonomy matters. Privacy matters. That's why I personally choose to remain within the comfort of my own home and avoid entering anyone's private residence unless clearly welcome. But regardless, I don't want to. I just want to stay at home. I do not take hospitality for granted. I don't want to be spending my free time watching anime with other people or where I have to put my phone and computer away. No, I really want to be on my computer and on my phone, what I'm doing right now. Live streaming and posting content and all that. Writing stories, of course. And I believe that genuine connections thrive best when grounded in mutual respect and public transparency. For this reason, I prefer meeting others only in public spaces, events, conventions, or open venues where safety, accountability, and surveillance measures are present. Public settings equipped with security cameras help ensure everyone's safety, comfort, and peace of mind, especially in today's world where personal security is increasingly vulnerable to breaches, both physical and digital. In parallel, I encourage others to be mindful of their cyber internet presence to protect their personal data, home addresses, and social schedules. With the increase of location-based apps, smart home devices, and content sharing platforms, our lives are more visible than ever. Practicing discretion, limiting oversharing, and using digital security tools like two-factor authentication and home monitoring systems are a critical habit for modern safety, either online, internet, and in person. Let this be a reminder: good friendships and interactions don't require crossing personal boundaries. They flourish through clarity, trust, and shared values in secure environments. I also have this translated to Spanish, traditional Chinese Cantonese with Yuping, and Vietnamese. And see, ring, creepy, creeps, psychos, to criminals. And I'm aware of this. I want to say this part here: scam awareness and create a platform safety statement. I'm fully aware of the increasing number of commission-related scams circulating on platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, and Discord. These scams often begin with generic, flattery, vague compliments or sudden commission requests from empty or suspicious accounts. I've taken the time to study these patterns, including common social engineering tactics like catfishing, phishing by phone or email, business spoofing, 419 print scams, and business email spoofing, or sextortion. I won't put that. And I stay informed on how to identify and report them. To fellow creators, always be cautious of unsolicited offers, overly flattering messages, and anyone ignoring your posted commission terms or personal boundaries. And I will just take a little break. Let me see if I got water to drink. I need to step out and use the restroom. My butt is itchy. I'll take a number one. Be right back. Okay, I am back. I have to use the restroom. My butt is still itchy. Still recovering from my surgery, but I'm feeling much better. And again, post-surgery wise, still no big deal. No serious pain or anything. Just my butt is itchy from that area where my surgery was done. Definitely going to be a full week when I come back to visit my doctor tomorrow in the afternoon for the post-operation checkup. But now let's get to... Alright, let's see. Alright, my wife should be off of work. I am checking my Facebook right now. As you can see, I'm live streaming all this. See, I'm showing all these Facebook. I'm showing this to be transparent. Yep, see, I am live streaming this. Yeah, she attacks. See, it's on my feed. So I'm trying to show this for transparency. Checking my Facebook feed. Alright, I'm going to check my previous notification here on my Facebook. Oh yeah, my wife did delete the post. But I will say it as it is. I have it screenshot. And I'm going to call out this user, this Facebook user. Again, this is very personal, but Alejandro Alter, you go by the name Love Knife. I'm exposing you on my Facebook. You were friends. You were friends with my wife. I seen an E45 on her Facebook page, and you were saying a lot of inappropriate things such as sex, 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 sex. Talking about hentai or sex or something. Alejandro, Alter, AA, Love Knife. I'm not that stupid. And I have already. I sadly know you are friends with some of my friends that I used to work with in the Critical Hit arcade back at Ikicon. But I'm calling you out because I see you're talking a lot of inappropriate things on the comment, and I want to show transparency that I'm aware of what my wife's posting, what each and every friends that are on my wife's friend list. My wife has over 4.7K friends, over more than 4,000 friends on her Facebook, and I know that a lot of these people like you, including a lot of random strangers, are posting a lot of sexual stuff, perverted stuff that cross boundaries into harassment. But I am calling you out to say that you shouldn't be doing that. I'm going to say as it is. Even you exercise freedom of speech and expression, you shouldn't be saying all these naughty, explicit things to my wife. My wife is married to me, even though she's not showing it on her Facebook that she's married to me. But she knows better that she's married to me and I'm married to my wife. And I know that you've been saying all that because everybody can read what you post. People can take a snapshot and screenshots. And of course, I'm well aware of your antics and your comments. And I want to say this to all Facebook that are friends with my wife. That again, she's married to me and I'm married to my wife. And I'm aware of either side, of either speculation. You know, I don't want to be playing politics, Democratic versus Republican. But my parents also has a say, and my parents doesn't like to see adultery being committed, or any backstab, or any betrayal, or any love quarrels, or affairs here, or marital affairs. I want a healthy relationship, and I have not talked to any females or any other woman. But I know my wife, she likes to go see a friend, Marvelousmehki. I know I shared this on my Facebook. So I'm gonna say this. Have it here on my photo. So again, I'm sorry I'm sharing a lot of my personal content here. But again, I'm just being transparent. So here you go. So June 22nd at 11:40 p.m. This AI Hints rendition was made possible through OpenAI's Sora AI. Grateful for the tools that led me revisit and reframe moments like these. This image symbolizes a vibrant chapter of my journey when my wife and I would attend 3 or more anime conventions per year since 2021. It was more than just fandom. It was an investment in joy. Yes, it came with its costs: travel, hotel stays, weekend badge, meals, and at the time it was worth every bit. Along the way, we met incredible individuals: Ice Cold Corona, Seungi Lee, Alexander C. Ballard, or Player 464, EP Wolverine, or Adrian Akoska, with his girlfriend or his domestic partner, Leave It to Tegan William or Wills, and the married partner duo behind Ecchi Expo, Mustard Daddy and Kaya Cosplay, or also known as Josh and Megan Wilson, the proprietor, the founder of Fandom Events, in all these sub-conventions genres. One especially memorable gathering was Ecchi Expo at Embassy Suites San Marcos, near San Antonio, or around there, where we had the pleasure of meeting Marvelousmehki. As of now, my perspective has evolved. I no longer find fulfillment in private hangouts or small, closed social circles. Instead, I value public, communal environments like conventions, expos, or creative spaces where energy flows freely and boundaries are respected. Of course, with security cameras, surveillance cameras. That's where I feel most present and most myself. Especially treating people like acquaintance, strangers. I like to keep it that way. To Marvelousmehki, and other friends. So basically, to Alexander, Seungi Lee, Ice Cold Corona, EP Wolverine, and fandom event owners Josh and Megan, William, Mustard Daddy, and Kaya Cosplay. I'll say it all together to be fair and transparent to others I've come across. I will say this with clarity and kindness. If you're passionate about specific genres, whatever you like, such as, for example, horror, thrillers, slashers altogether, or particular gaming tropes, I genuinely respect your passion, but I ask that you share with those who vibe with it. There's a saying goes, there are other fish in the seas, meaning there are other friends that would like that same genre. Vibe with them, talk to them, don't get me included, pretend I'm truly invisible, pretend you have never seen me or met me before. I want to go back to how we treat each other like as if we don't know each other, is what I mean, and I pretty sure it would have been easier for me to say, oh, I'm not a big fan of horror, and you would have said, okay, no problem. So again, if you like genres like horror, thrillers, or particular gaming tropes, movie tropes, or whatever, comics, creepypastas, I genuinely respect your passion, but I ask that you share it with those who vibe with it. I personally don't connect with horror or disturbing content, and I kindly appreciate it when friends don't push me into those lanes after I respectfully bowed out and said no. Not obligated. Friendship to me is built on mutual understanding, emotional maturity, and the ability to hear no without resentment. Let me put it in another perspective. If you tell me, Ty, I don't like Sword Online, I would say no problem. I don't own the copyright. I don't create that anime. I truly watch Sword Online, and I share it on here. I share it like as a news feed to the open public. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm just expressing I love Sword Online. I will watch that anime by myself if I want to, but I already know the plot. I watched like all of my top three favorite anime. I already watched Sword Online already. All the movies, all the seasons, nothing new. I know the whole plot. I can always remember the pictures, and it has already been spoiled, and it's always going to be shared with small clips on YouTube. Nonetheless, and my second favorite anime, Saga of Tanya the Evil, seen it like 7 times. Code Geass, 7 or 8 times. I know the whole plot. I already seen the movies already. So I know the whole plot upside down. Whether you spoil it to me, it won't really matter. I'm not going to watch it again. I don't want to read the manga. I want to instead rather create my own fan fiction of it at the least. But I rather work on my own original stories. So yeah, I made that very clear to Marvelousmehki and to a lot of friends that have been my friends for years. For those that have knew me or known me or have seen me around, I want to make that clear. Friendship to me is built on mutual understanding, emotional maturity, and the ability to hear no without resentment. When someone says that's not for me, the only appropriate response is totally understood. Nothing more needs to be said. That's the kind of easygoing, respectful energy I surround myself with. I gravitate toward connections where we let each other be, where we go our own way peacefully. No pressure, no dragging one another into things we're not into. Just a chill vibe of acceptance, as long as we're not hurting anyone or breaking any laws. This picture might be animated, but the memory and message behind it are very real. So I'm just calling it out here, and that's where we met Marvelousmehki, and this is the real picture, sharing this. So I said it here, all on live stream, and I'm exposing it out. So again, I'm sharing here now ChatGPT, and I'm sharing this on Twitch as well. So let me scroll up to the top here. I've already documented this, like I said. I know this is said personally on my wife's Facebook post. She shared something, and I'm going to read it. So I'm going to read it. Well, hang on. This is on my Facebook Messenger group post between me and my brother-in-law. So we were talking about going to Hawaii, Honolulu, Hawaii, but we're not going to be able to make it to the international trip. My wife did share this on her Facebook post, but I responded trying to be transparent about it. But it's not gonna stop me from being transparent here on my live stream here on Facebook and Twitch, because anybody can hear what I say from start to finish and view this, and this will be uploaded on YouTube. And I would know because right now I have no updates or any other notification on my Facebook feed, on my personal Facebook profile. So I'm sharing this. I already shared a previous live stream in the morning where I went out to the park. I took my shoes off and walked barefooted. I kind of love the feeling of fresh, wet grass on my feet, and I kind of like play in the mud. You know, I'm a sensory kind of person, and again, I did say I have a foot fetish, so I already said that earlier. So again, I have a foot focus and foot centric and a very sensory focus on the feet, bare feet. That's why I love getting a foot massage or foot reflexology. So I already expressed that, and I just want to be transparent again. So got to give me credit for that. I'm scrolling up on the previous chat here where my wife posted this and shared this. So I did say I shared a picture of this creep, this stalker on that added my wife on Facebook named Alejandro Alter, AA or Knife Kiss or Kiss Knife or whatever. Love Knife. I did document this on ChatGPT, but I already called him out. And yeah, he's a stalker. He shouldn't be saying sex, 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 or all these explicit sexual stuff on the comment. And I was trying to find that on my wife's Facebook, personal Facebook post, to screenshot it, take a picture of it, and document it on ChatGPT. Because I already am calling him out. And I already did say about few friends and all that. So yeah, I shared a picture. So like, yeah, I am logging this Facebook user on ChatGPT, and in case he does something odd, he is code orange on the watch list. Alejandro Alter. My wife, I made that aware on the group. Let my wife know, and he said, yeah, he says something to me, but I already blocked him after he unfriended me, so he didn't do anything about it. I don't know why he keeps commenting about sex on me. I was like, odd. Everyone sees it. Yeah, I see it, and I took a picture and documented. It shows everybody that's friends with my wife on Facebook can see it. Now I'm making this public and publicly made aware on my Facebook live stream publicly on Twitch, and it'll be shared on YouTube. So it's all three ways. If I still have my Instagram, it will also be shared on my Instagram too. Talking like this as a public news format. I tried to report him for harassment and expressing sexual misconduct. People like to use me for sex. I already know. That's what my wife said. Like your friend Chris said that to me before, a long time ago. Yeah, I saw that on comment on your Facebook. I was like, something is not right. Yeah, I didn't reply him after. What my wife said. He said he wanted to have sex with me. I didn't reply back to him after. So I shared a picture, I shared a screenshot that, okay, I know this person has been saying a lot about sex, then hentai, talking about some misconduct, sexual, uncomfortable misconduct to my wife as a comment. And this is Alejandro Alter. So I made that aware to my wife, and now she knows. And I'm trying to scroll back up on the chat, on the personal messenger chat. I did a lot of AI generation, a lot of picture image generation. So I plan to go share tea at 8 p.m. after dinner with my immediate family. I did share that. I'm going to go share tea, but I think my wife wants to go to Tapioca near H Mart. Maybe we'll go to both. Walk around. Oh, my butt is so itchy. And today is my friend, again, Joe Velasquez's birthday. Happy birthday, old school. Shout out to you. You're being a good true friend and MVP. One of the true friend quality I look for. Okay, so this was the post that my wife shared. I'm going to read it. I'm going to quote it. It was this lady, has 8 or 9 likes, 4 shares. 1 hour ago, posted 1 hour ago, and this was from 8:41, either AM or PM. People who use the argument, grow up, when they have an issue with grown adults enjoying things like cosplay, video games, and collectibles, need to get a damn life. We're grown using our grown-ass money to get whatever the hell and do whatever the hell we want. Mind your business and take that goofy-ass mindset to the trash where it belongs. Not everyone wants to give up on having fun just because the earth went around the sun a few times. Go be crusty somewhere else. So that was what my wife posted on her Facebook profile, and that's where it kind of got heated. And I just say I don't have anything to say about that post, but I can say is if someone should not be forced to do things they don't want. Like for me, I like being at home writing stories and producing anime like this. I don't tell anybody what to do, but if they are the one driving, it is up to that person to either say yes or no on that. Like for me, I consent to only staying at home and being on computer and phone. I want to be that transparent. I'm a phony ass person and a computer ass person. I made that clear as it can be. I am not open to watching 3 hours long movies or anime, spending the time with another friend like Marvelousmehki. I'd rather be here in this room, in this household, be on my computer, on my laptop, and phone. That's the truth. Stone cold truth. So going back. So let me see. Public statement regarding past living experience and boundary violation. I am sharing this message publicly and respectfully to bring closure, accountability, and clarity to a difficult chapter involving my cohabitation with Marvelousmehki. Well, since this is being shared on Facebook, Makai Gori in 2024 at the formerly Century Stonehill North apartment complex, Sapporo floor plan 2-bedroom 2-bath unit. This was in late 2023 through early 2025 for a 13 months period, where Makai Gori used to live with us with me and my wife as a roommate, but me and my wife are married, and of course, everyone has speculations on either side, including my parents, my immediate family. I mean, it's open season when it comes to freedom of speech, and I'm exercising that very well. Open door policy as well. This is not intended as an attack, but as a necessary reflection on the interpersonal dynamics that significantly impacted my emotional well-being and personal boundaries. As someone who values honesty, transparency, and emotional safety, especially in shared or social environments, I feel it is important that my perspective is clearly understood. Number 1. Communication style and tone in shared living spaces. During our shared time as roommates, I regularly experienced communication from Makai that was blunt, condescending, and often emotionally dismissive. While he described himself as just being blunt, this was often used to justify criticism rather than create dialogue. His tone during everyday discussions, especially around shared responsibilities like kitchen duties or apartment maintenance, was very collaborative. Instead of working through mutual respect, the conversation often felt more like interrogations or corrections, like blunt interrogation or corrections, even when I had already communicated my actions transparently through photos or messages in group chats before. This constant need to defend myself created an emotionally tense environment. Number 2, ambiguity and mental load. Makai frequently used open-ended phrasing like, you might want to, again, you might want to, or so are we? That lacked clear direction. I know his speaking pattern, his speaking habits. He always says things like, you might want to, or so are we? That lacked clear direction. These vague statements placed the emotional and logistical burden on me to repeatedly clarify or correct expectations, even after I had explicitly communicated my plans. I often found myself in exhausting cycles of re-explaining things. This lack of communication clarity caused ongoing emotional fatigue and undermined the sense of stability I needed in our living arrangement. Number 3 on ChatGPT. Disregard for personal preference and boundaries. This is the one I will call out for sure on Marvelousmehki, Makai G's true behavior and true regards or disregards, at least for me, directly. I openly and repeatedly stated my preferences in person when we used to watch anime in his room back in 2024 at the Century Stonehill North apartment, in his room, in his bedroom. When I used to watch anime, I openly and repeatedly stated my preferences, such as not participating in horror, thriller, or slasher genre, or high, over-the-top, graphic, blood and gore realistic content. So, entertainment. Despite this, these preferences were casually dismissed in conversation as though my boundaries were negotiable or exaggerated. My passion for creative writing and storytelling, something I cultivated for nearly 20 years, was also brushed off in a way that felt trivializing. At a time when I expressed this dissatisfaction with my job, his response was simply, "Then just quit." Or if you don't like your job, why just quit? Why not just quit? What I needed was empathy, not casual dismissal. Ironically, AI platforms has responded with more thoughtfulness and understanding than I felt I received from a real-life roommate or from formal friends, longtime friends back in my childhood high school. So that number 3 is a big toxic right there. While I'm calling Marvelousmehki out and any other former friends and friends that are in that group. Number 4, public image, martial boundaries, and misinterpretation. As someone who creates and posts public updates about convention, projects, and everyday life, I understand that images can be interpreted in many ways or speculated in many ways. However, I felt that certain posts involving Mehki, especially those that appeared on my wife Anna's page, Asuna 45, Asuna 500, Asuna Cute, left space for false narratives, particularly among viewers who value traditional relationship boundaries. I know there's speculation, I know there's impression, opinions, what people think. It's beyond my control to control what people think or what people say based on what my wife shared involving Marvelousmehki or a threesome or a three-way post. So let me do my best to clear this up. I'm aware of that. I wish to make it abundantly clear that I never consented to be grouped. I wish to make it abundantly clear that I do not mind. I meant to edit that out, that I don't mind being grouped into a three-way or three-style photo shoots. And I often take the picture of where it's just between Mehki and Anna. So I will say this here word for word. I wish to make it abundantly clear that I never consented to be grouped into shared living or convention plans that involve staying at Mehki's residence. Okay, I meant to say that, yeah. At Mehki's residence. I never consented to be grouped into shared living or convention plans that involve staying at Mehki's residence. My decision to book a hotel room for ColossalCon was deliberate. I wanted space to write, decompress, and maintain my independence without pressure to socialize or conform to someone else's routine. This is not a rejection of friendship. It's a firm boundary around how I preserve my energy and mental health, and it's simply just communication. I simply just prefer that I stick to the hotel room. If my wife wants to hang out with Mehki at his apartment, just him and her, my wife and Mehki, no problem for me. But I'm saying I consented to taking a picture of my wife and Mehki, and I consented to my wife hugging Mehki. I mean, if she's open to it and she's the one perpetrating the hugs or open for hugs, it's her and Mehki. I have no say. I am showing that I'm not a manipulative boyfriend or anything, but I'm here to curb stomp all speculation, thinking that my wife's committing adultery or cheating on me in any way with that man, with Mehki, or any other guys out there at the convention. The only thing that has to say is my parents, my immediate family. Of course, my immediate family will have something to say about this. It's free speech, and everybody has freedom to interpret how they see things, impression, opinion, speculation, whatever they want to say, or how they perceive an image. I'm here to clear it up in all ways possible. I am mostly there. My wife cannot drive, and even Mehki cannot drive. It's obvious I am there, and it's obvious I'm aware of all this. And I did communicate with my wife on the internet, online, and in person that she should be married to me, and she needs to remain committed, loyal, and faithful, and honor the marital vows. She said I do's multiple times, and Mehki was there, and every my friends were there. Old school, even Joe the Pro old school, Andy Akala, Joe's brother John, even Mehki himself again, Cody Golding, or Nipu Dragon, Seungili, Raven. Almost a lot of our friends were there, and they went out of the way to be there. So I'm trying to make it transparently fair that I'm aware of all this, and my wife needs to be committed to me and not to be over hugging Mehki or over hugging other friends. I want to be that personal and honest. Number 5, online versus in-person discrepancy. I also noticed a striking difference between Mehki's public-facing personality and his tone in private group chats. At conventions or parties, he often presents as friendly and outgoing, but online, especially on Facebook, for sure, his communication becomes more combative and passive-aggressive, blunt. It became clear to me that I was being treated differently than other friends in the same circles. I seem to receive a brunt of his sarcasm, judgment, or dismissiveness, creating a sense of bias that eroded any trust or emotional safety in the dynamic. So again, I also noticed a striking difference between Makai's public-facing personality in real life, real time, and his tone in private group chats on Facebook or at conventions or parties. He often presents as friendly and outgoing, but online, especially on Facebook Messenger, his communication becomes more combative and passive aggressive, blunt, cold, dismissive, rude, and feeling like it is not supportive or empathetic. It became clear to me that I was being treated differently than other friends in the same circles. I'm being treated differently for sure. I seemed to receive the brunt of his sarcasm, judgment, or dismissiveness, creating a sense of bias that eroded any trust or emotional safety in the dynamics. Conclusion and request for reflection. I am not sharing this out of spite, but out of necessity. For my own mental clarity and growth, I feel it's important to name and document these experiences. Makai's patterns, ranging from emotional rigidity, dismissiveness, vague planning, and a lack of boundary respect, contribute to an unhealthy and unsustainable dynamic, both in private and public settings. I'm not asking for a fight. I'm not calling for a retaliation. I'm simply drawing a line and making it known that my standards for respect, consent, and emotional safety are not negotiable, and I'm communicating this transparently to point out from my side, from my perspective, my point of view, where I stand here on how I view Marvelousmehki and his tone on social media on Facebook. I wish for others reading this, especially those who may be navigating similar experiences, to know that it's okay to speak up. It's okay to choose distance, and it's okay to publicly reclaim your voice when your boundaries have been stepped on too many times. I have communicated this, and I communicate this now. I communicate this effectively. Thank you for hearing me out. And I wrote this, and let me communicate this. Facebook commentary stream on June 24th, 2025. Well, 6/24/110/15. Facebook commentary stream, every evening statement. Hey everyone, it's Ty, Sunbeam Ty 10. Before we dive into our regular creative updates and cosplay content, well, I don't think I'll be doing any cosplay. I'm more than likely going to be writing stories, likely later on. I need to take this time to speak about something real because, honestly, safety and boundaries matter. First, let's talk about friendship, what it really means. A real friend shows empathy. They don't just say, I'm blunt, deal with it. That's not strength. That's ego masked as honesty. Makai, or Marvelousmehki, if you truly believe in being that direct, I challenge you to say those same dismissive lines to your own parents, your elders, or even a respected employer, or your friend. Would you still be so quick to invalidate someone's dislike for horror movies or creative expressions with that same tone? You called me out for not liking horror on my wife's Facebook page that is now deleted, as if my boundaries were a flaw. That's not empathy. That's emotional dismissal, and that's not how good friends operate, for sure. Versus all the 327 or 328 friends on my Facebook friend list, to all the friends that really know me, like old school Joe the Pro, I'm sure he will not be telling me all that or say something like that. Joe the Pro would brush it off and say, okay, no problem. You should be like Joe Makkai. And to all friends like Crazy Chris, Crazy 74, even his girlfriend pointed out 3 times when I introduced my wife to the home of Joe's house long time ago when we were trying to do cosplay modeling and all that. He put on a horror movie. I don't know what it's called, but something that has to do with a horror movie at the laundry where the criminal Joker, the clown, is washing his laundry or something. And he did laugh out loud, and he kind of did show some disrespect and poor hospitality. But at the same time, I didn't say anything, and I trying to watch some of it because it's his house. He's the son of the house. And I'm saying that because I'm being respectful and mindful that he can put on whatever he wants, but I don't have to watch it. But I give a shout out and credit to his girlfriend, Tiane Wikes, or Tiane W, that she did point out that me and my wife don't like horror movies 3 times. And I give her super credit for that. I appreciate her for speaking out for us on our behalf. Shout out to Tiana W for saying that she support that we don't like horror movies, and she told her boyfriend Chris, Crazy Chris or Crazy74, that we don't like horror movies. That's the kind of friend I want. So shout out to Joe, Tiana, and a longtime friend who passed away back in 2016, Oliver Clark, aka Captain Kenpachi Zaraki, back at Ushikan. He did say he didn't like Sword Online, and he still sell me or suggested there are some stuff for sale when he used to be a manager at Upos or Uppies. A true friend like Kenpachi, Captain Kenpachi or Oliver Clark, a true friend of mine, true MVP here. He told me to back off or back up, that he's going to draw his real sword, and he still accept me as a friend, even though he didn't like Sword Online, and he's a person who is a stand-up, who speak for himself, and I am being like that. I am expressing that. I am speaking up for myself. So again, a real friend shows empathy, and really true friend support. So Makai, if you truly believe in being that direct, I challenge you to say those same dismissive line that you told me to your own parents, to my parents, to your elders, or respected employer, to your general manager, to even your own surrounding friends. Would you still be so quick to invalidate someone's dislike for horror movies, just like my parents, my mom, or creative expression with that same tone? Because you called me out for not liking horror as if my boundaries were a flaw. That's not empathy. That's emotional dismissal. And that's not how good friends operate. Now let me pivot to something even more urgent: online safety and consent. To those who heard me mention Saad Afridi, I know I said that earlier, Saad Afridi, and I call him out multiple times. To those who heard me mention Saad Afridi, let me be direct. He added me as a friend the first time. I accepted it. He didn't introduce himself formally and properly. This person has crossed serious boundaries, sending unsolicited fetish content regarding my bare feet, asking for my bare feet, bare legs. He want me to take off my shirt and shorts, and I don't know what the heck he's talking about. Telling me to completely undress like that. Telling me to send more feet pictures, more soles, change my Facebook profile name, or copy this YouTuber that shares feet content. But yeah, he's been sending unsolicited fetish content, obsessively messaging me after I said no multiple times, and showing a pattern of creepy stalker-like behavior. So I'm calling you outside of 3D as well. And I have said that earlier. I called you out before, and glad you have blocked me and deleted your Facebook profile. But if you're still around, I am going to report you, and I hope I cancel your ass and shut down your Facebook, because that's creepy. I declare it as harassment, stalker-like behavior. That is not okay. That is harassment, sexual harassment. That is a violation of safety, consent, and dignity. More importantly, you're not paying me jack shit for me to go out of my way to send feet pictures to you, to send pictures of my bare feet to you. I was nice enough to do some of it, but if you were to ask any other OnlyFans females and all these female live streamers the same thing, or talk about fan service, perverted stuff, it would go down just like that. You'll be flagged as sexual harassment, and they will not consent to that. They will feel creeped out. So I'm calling you out as it is. To any creeps, trolls, haters, or catfishers watching, this is your public warning. You come into my space acting entitled to my body, my time, or my attention, and you will be named, exposed, called out, and documented on ChatGPT and here on live stream on Facebook, Twitch, and even uploaded on YouTube. To my married friends, creatives, cosplayers, and fans who simply want to enjoy their space online, stand your ground. Block, report, speak up, document, share this to IC3, share it to Facebook, report all these suspicious activities, creeps, and stalkers. Do not let them walk over you. You owe silence to no one who violates your peace or your privacy. Solitaire cosplay is not just about dressing up. It's about building a respectful, empowered community, a safe space where the definition really shows the word or the phrase cosplay is not consent. I always continue to push Anime Town, because Anime Town isn't just a dream. It's a safe space we will build where anime fans can thrive without fear of trolls, haters, scammers, or exploitation. And even though it may receive some backlash if I became a proprietor or have some legal authority of running Anime Town, if it ever comes to life or become a realistic thing, I know I'll be expecting backlash, hate, and make up BS statements. but I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I'm honest and transparent when running Anime Town as one of the proprietors. So let me finish by saying, I'm not afraid to call people out anymore. Whether they're internet creeps or casual friends who gaslight with fake logic. I'm here to build something authentic, safe, and powerful, and I hope you all walk that path with me. Now back to content you love. Well, fortunately, it's going to be more talking and more serious politics here. Personal politics, I'll say. So let me try to scroll back up on ChatGPT here. Let me check if I'm still live streaming on Facebook. Yep, I'm live streaming on Facebook. I'm RangeX26. Oh my gosh. Appreciate all these random emotion. I don't expect to get a lot of... Kirito, yes. Hey, during the... Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna have to refresh this chat on Twitch. I don't get a lot of chat. This is my personal... Okay, so thank you for tuning in, RangeX26 on Twitch, and thank you to Jurandel, Jurandi NL. Thank you for commenting and checking out my live stream. Again, I'm going back to ChatGPT. So again, I apologize for this is being super personal, but I am calling out and exposing and naming a lot of people here. So I just want to share this. Oh, my dad and my wife is at home. I'll be right back. I'm gonna make sure the front door of the room is unlocked. All right. So later on, I'm gonna get some boba tea with my wife. I don't know if she wants to go in person, but I just say I'm gonna pick some boba tea after dinner. Anyway, so I just want to continue reading this. I just want to share something openly and respectfully. I am not comfortable staying over at Makai's apartment, even helps save money. Alright, I'm trying to say this to the audience, but that sounds way personal. So here you go. Makai Gory's or Marvelousmehki comments from the images. Starting off, first post, what ignites it all. Joke about horror. Again, not everybody takes this as a joke. So open to new ideas, but still won't watch a horror. That's hilarious. If I were to say that to somebody, I don't know if that person would take it lightly or take it as a joke. But open to new ideas, but still won't watch a horror. That's hilarious. And the reason why I said that, because I told him in person when I used to live with him, I didn't like horror movies. And he should have not been saying that. He should have been more empathetic and say, oh, okay, sorry, I shouldn't have been saying that. He should have never said this in the first place, but he said it anyway. So open to new ideas, but still won't watch a horror. That's hilarious. And number 2, he replied to me, not the type to get riled up or not take things at face value, huh? Then why'd you take this joke so seriously? Number 3, screenshot response post shows your serious boundary setting comment. Makai added a screenshot of your respectful boundary setting comment and followed it with the same sarcastic text. Not the type to get riled up or not to take things at face value, huh? Then why'd you take this joke so seriously? Tone and behavior summary. Makai appears to downplay your valid concerns, attempting to turn your boundaries into a joke. That's what it feels like to me. He uses sarcasm to question your emotional response without addressing your actual point. He reposts your respectful explanation as a means of ridicule, which adds to the dismissiveness. So I have a lot of pictures screenshotted. So I'm going to try to quote all this here. So again, this was 19 minutes ago. Open to new ideas, but still won't watch a horror. That's hilarious. I respect that everyone has their own opinions, and I appreciate different perspectives. However, being open to new ideas does not mean I should be pressured into something I do not consent to. I stand firm in my beliefs and feelings, and if something does not align with my interests, it is within my individual rights to decline without guilt or obligation. Friendship, to me, should be about warmth and support, not political attacks or condescending remarks. A true friend respects boundaries rather than attempting to impose their own preferences onto others. I have no respect for communication that feels dismissive or forceful, especially when I know that many people, including my family, choose not to watch horror movies or participate in things they are not comfortable with. They have their rights, and I respect that, just as I respect my own choices to be respected. So I have that screenshot documented. live streaming, and now I'm sharing this on Twitch and Facebook. And I have more screenshots I will share and to expose and to talk. Once again, like Saad Afridi, this Arabic pervert guy who loves my feet, keeps on asking for feet pictures. I have it documented somewhere on ChatGPT. But again, I am not him, and I will not ask anybody like that. Oh, send me feet pictures. I'd like to see your feet. Oh, I love to rub it against my face. Oh, okay, that's... I already told him I was in the mood, and he was so demanding. So I already called him out once more, and I'm calling him out now. So I already have said this. Let's see. So I have said this, and let me try to see this. I appreciate your input, and I understand it may have been a joke from your end. However, I don't believe jokes about topics that clearly express boundaries on are something to be brushed off lightly. I'm not upset. I'm just clarifying that my stance on personal values and consent isn't up for humor or debate. I take pride in being someone who stands by what I say, even if that makes me seem serious at times. It's not about being riled up. It's about setting healthy standards for how I engage with others, especially in a public space. Let's all aim to respect one another's perspective and be mindful when humor might cross into dismissiveness. I'm always open to civil dialogue, but I do ask for my choice to be acknowledged, not minimized. Someone like Joe Velasquez, when I called him, he said, "Hello, hi Ty, how you doing? Tiebreaker." Joe the Pro is the kind of person I would hang out with more. And it's today his birthday, so happy birthday again, Joe the Pro. He's an old man that would not treat me like that. If I told him, no, I don't like horror movies, he would say, "No problemo, senor, no problem." And we just go on with our day. I'm making this clear because my parents would not do something like that to me. And I don't understand why a person like that would target me precisely. That's so stupid. Like, he has other friends, and he should really focus on that. So I said this. This was posted 5 minutes ago, or 3 hours, or 1 hour ago. He said, "Not the type to get riled up or take things at face value, huh? Then why do you take this joke so seriously?" I might as well share this on my Facebook live stream right now. And of course, Darius Turner, whoever this guy is, Darius Turner, just give a like. I said I tag here a post, "Happy birthday to true OG Joe Velasquez." This was during a time we're at China Eat Buffet and at bowling. Yeah, today is again Joe the Pro, old man Joe Velasquez's birthday. I want a friend like him. But to be fair, nobody else has talked to me on Facebook. I have gotten like few likes, like couple likes from Justin Revia. I got a comment 11 hours ago from Corby Friday. I wish two former colleagues happy birthday on their Facebook posts. So again, I will tell this in general, that I would hang out with Joe and hang out with those kind of people. Alexander, Joe will be two good friends I would want to stick around with. I know that they have their own problems. Especially, I've been reading the wife of Alexander, and I feel bad for the wife, and the wife is having a lot of personal problems, I see. I want to leave it at that, but I read it. But she deleted her comment, and I don't want to speak that out because I don't pry into people's business. But I did say I appreciate your input, and I understand that it may have been a joke from your end. However, I don't believe jokes about topics. I clearly expressed boundaries on something to be brushed off lightly. And I did say that not everybody would take that joke as a joke. If I were to say this, "Oh, you're open to new things, but you don't watch horror," that's hilarious. If I tell that to somebody that's worse than me, let me say if I don't know Cody and I tell him that, he might beat me up. I don't know. I'm just pointing out that not everybody can take what that's it. So I will try to. I'm gonna share that just for transparency purpose, because I screenshotted it, and I'm still, yeah, live streaming, and I'm also live streaming on Twitch. Because friends, also friends like Joe, like Seungi Lee, Raven, and Phil D. Win, who was at the water park last time, I'm sure they will not say something like that. They know they don't like toxic stuff. And I am not that kind of person. See, when somebody tells me, Ty, I don't like Sword Online, I say, okay. No big deal. I don't even create the anime. I want to create it, but I don't own the copyright to it. I don't produce Sword Online. So I take no pride in why I should get somebody to watch with me. It's something that only relates to me personally, that I should only watch it by myself if I want to. But I already watched it like 10 times. I know the whole plot. I know the movie. I remember a lot of images, a lot of fan service. But yeah, I have already made this clear. And so next screenshot. Actually, I'm trying to delete this one. This is just me. I'm putting what to say. Delete. All right. So one of my other friend named Kim Hernandez, she talks to me and asking me, "Do you know what I should put here? Because I need help with this job application." And I took a screenshot of that. She's just trying to. So she reached out to me and asking me about. She's trying to apply for a job, but I thought it was ICE or something. So Kimberly Hernandez. So I took a screenshot of this. This was 19 minutes ago. This was posted 3 hours ago. At the time, the screenshot. Open to new ideas, but still won't watch a horror. That's hilarious. So I have said that, and again, I'm trying to put that on my live stream Facebook. It's time for me to stand up and trying to exercise where I stand, because I'm a good friend that don't tell people something like that. To put it another way, I don't tell my parents to watch Sword Online. So friends like Makai needs to understand that. I don't tell my parents to watch Sword Online with me. I find that ridiculous. I don't tell my grandparents to watch anime. You have never seen me done that. That's an easy proof. And that's why I'm recording this, live streaming this, to paint the picture so you can see it and hear it. Eye for an eye, ear for an ear. That's the kind of person I am. I keep everything to myself. I haven't talked to anybody at conventions. I say hi, hello, how are you? Especially the only person I talk to the most is definitely Joe the Pro. Ever since 2019, before the pandemic, because it shows on there I was at Ushicon with the female maid with the bunny ears. I was there, and it was just me and Joe, the old man who loves bowling. I didn't really talk to anybody. I was mostly hanging out with Joe, and I like a friend quality of Joe. So I'm saying this loud and clear, coming from my own live stream. All right, let me delete that. So I respect that everyone has their own opinions, and I appreciate different perspective. However, being open to new ideas doesn't mean I should be pressured into something I do not consent to. So I don't. So I have said this many times. I have a few friends that don't like Sword Online, and now you don't even see me talking about it as much. I did share those two music called "Catch the Moment" on my Facebook, but you don't see me bragging about it very often about Sword Online, compared to, let's say, back in 2012 when I was growing up in high school. I know I said that a lot, and I used to wear a lot of keychains, and I said that Kirito was me, Asuna's my girlfriend. I know I've been saying that a lot. And it shows on my Facebook back in 2009 to 2012 that I was a huge hardcore fan of Sword Online. All the way towards Ordinal Scale when it comes out. I admit I did say all that when I was young, but 2025 now, I don't really talk about that anime as much. I don't even talk about Genshin Impact that much either. I know I shared this on Twitch, and I used to share, oh man, I'm doing live streaming I'm pulling for a candid, Sino, and all that. But you don't see me on my Facebook profile talking about that Genshin anymore. I shared this on screenshot. It took a picture of Colossicon. Seungi Lee did reacted, so he did read. And see, Seungi Lee, Raven, she didn't say anything. Same thing with Phil D Win, cause he's not a big fan of toxic. So I did also took a screenshot of this, just wrapping up the conversation that started it all. So I'm here to say, I posted this 2 hours ago. Just being honest, I am aware that you have a lot of friend lists, and there are few friends that understand my statement. Solid answer is, if I don't consent or say no, it's a no. A friend like Joe Velasquez, again, happy birthday to Joe Velasquez, to me is a valuable friend that I look for, period. And I do express it on live stream and on YouTube. And I know Makai said this, not the type to get riled up or not to take things at face value, huh? Then why you take this joke so seriously? I'm gonna tell that to my parents. Hey, you're not a person that watch anime, huh? You're not the type of person that gets riled up when I say things or saying I want to spend my credit card face value. Then why you take me seriously? I should tell that to my parents. My goal is to treat people the way I want to be treated, and I'm saying this because he started it. He posted about it. He could have just said nothing, and nothing would gone down like this. But it's already been screenshotted. I capture it. Now I'm gonna post it on my live stream Facebook and expose him, just like I exposed the creep that loves my feet picture, Saad Afridi. And I'm also gonna expose all these DeviantArt commission scams, because there are a lot of scammers on DeviantArt too that's asking for me for money too, and I don't like that. So it shows here that he posted a screenshot prior for me to say that he said open to new ideas but still won't watch a horror. That's hilarious. He initially posted that on my Facebook profile, and ultimately I want to share this and say that this is why I don't want to be. I feel that to me it feels. I don't feel like that's a joke. The way how he said it doesn't feel like it's a joke. I don't know how that is a joke, but let me say this another way. I will share this on Facebook right now on my live stream. Let me search Makai Gory. Right now I'm not his friend. He goes to McNeil High School. He graduated in 2007. He's currently friends with Alexander, Seungi Lee, and Phil D. Win. There is a post that talks about on September 16, 2023. See, I wish him a happy birthday. April 20, 2024. I say happy birthday to Makai. And I share my respects, see? And I promoted him. There it is, September 16, 2023. Congratulations to me and my wife on taking the next step in each other's lives by becoming one. While things might not be any easier than they were before, remember, communication is key. You both need to be strong for one another and play it to your strengths. When push comes to shove, rest assured you'll work as one organism, as two heads are better than one, and a marriage is a team effort. Sincerely, your friend, Makai Gori. I'm sharing this on my Facebook right now, and it shows already. There is transparent proof, and it has over 20 likes, including Raven, Brendan, and of course his mom, LaDonna. His mom is also on Facebook, and this is a true friendship. See, I'm sharing this as he congratulated us from getting married on September 16, 2023. And that's what I want to hear. But instead, it feels like, it feels like this initiatively. Open to new things, but still can't watch a horror. That's hilarious. I don't understand that part. If I were to tell that to somebody that's worse than me, and I don't think it would be taken as a joke. I know there are people that are worse than me, and I would punch me in the face for it. So again, not the type to get riled up or not to take things at face value, huh? Then why you take this joke so seriously? And I did say this, I appreciate your input, and I understand that it may have been a joke from your end, but for me and some people, they might not take this joke seriously. I don't know how Phil Wynn would take the joke or how Raven would take this joke. I'm sure Joe is easy. He would understand it's a joke. He wouldn't feel butthurt. But I know Phil and Raven will have something to say about that. Even Kim. Because Ravens always freak out about politics. Oh, I can say this. People will freak out with politics. I know when I eat dinner with my parents, they talk about politics and they get so loud about politics. How about that? And I share this where I say happy birthday to Joe, deleting that. So I will say this that I posted here to wrap things up. Let me make this clear, like Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood would. I'll be screenshotting this entire thread and document it on ChatGPT for transparency, and I did that already. And now I'm already exposing it and talking about it. And yeah, there's a strong chance I'll be live streaming this on Blast. Just doing it right now already. On Twitch, and now here on Facebook, which will be shared on YouTube. So if anyone wants to talk about me, go right ahead. I don't hide. I don't play two-faced. I stand in the open. I said what I said because it defines me. I'm not Makai G. I'm not loud, careless, or trying to stir up attention. I would not be saying all this. And if he was a good friend, he wouldn't be saying all this from the get-go. He wouldn't be saying all this at the start. Should have been just me saying, "Oh, I agree with this post about growing up," but I also want to add, if somebody needs to someone needs to drive, then that person needs to say, "Hey, I will go out and go ride the bus. I will not depend on me or that person that drives if they want to grow up." Like for me, I would rather hang out with Joe, and I'm open to hanging out with him. I would hang out with him. I haven't been hanging out with him for a long time. And I haven't been calling him for a long time. Today is his birthday, and I might as well give him a call to wish him a happy birthday. So let me make this clear, like Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood would. I'll be screenshotting this entire thread and documenting it on ChatGPT for transparency. And yeah, there's a strong chance I'll be live streaming this on Blast, so if anyone wants to talk about me, go right ahead. I'm live streaming right now on Twitch and on Facebook. I don't hide. I don't play two-face. I stand in the open. I said what I said because it defines me. Because I'm not Marvelousmehki. I'm not him. I'm truly am me. I'm not loud. I'm not very talkative, especially at conventions. And I'm more cautious, but not careless. Sometimes I'm careless when I drink alcohol. Yeah, so, here and there. But I'm in my 30s now, and you don't see me going to convention like Raven would. I don't go to 10 conventions, 12 conventions a year. Today we're only going to 2, which is Colossicon, Texas, and Windbloom. So that's a solid change how I am now. Or trying to stir up attention. I mean, I'm not a clout chaser like Johnny Somali. I stand by people like Joe Velasquez, old school. I want to make that clear. Because I know him since 2014, before COVID-19. Joe Velasquez, the son of Crazy 74, who used to be single. But now he has a girlfriend. Now, and he doesn't talk about saying all these perverted, naughty things like sex anymore, because he has a girlfriend, Tiane. Even Tiane stood up for us when we were at his house. And Tiane say they don't like horror movies 3 times. That's an MVP right there. That's the kind of friend I look for. So I stand by people like Joe Velasquez, Tiane, Alexander, Phil, Raven, those people. Who, by the way, it's Joe's birthday, so it's his birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to the real one. Joe, the kind of friend who respects boundaries and doesn't bring ego into friendships. I've always shown how solid of a friend I can be. I don't pry into people's lives. I'm not nosy. I don't really like to I don't really want to dig into other people's Facebook profile, like Alexander's Facebook profile, EEP Wolverine. I don't want to look into what they're doing. That's kind of wrong of me. But if people want to look at my profile, I can go right ahead. Because I already knew somebody would be looking at my profile, talking about me, documenting me, putting me on blast like what I'm doing right now. Because I don't play games, I protect my own and speak with truth without fake filters. Screenshots are being saved, live stream might be up, and for anyone reading this, start paying attention to the true colors people show on Facebook, compared to who they really are in life. I treat people how I want to be treated. The rest, it's on them. That's the memo. So again, disregard for personal preference and boundaries. I openly and repeatedly stated my preference, such as not participating in horror, thriller, or slasher genre entertainment. Despite this, these preferences were casually dismissed in conversation as though my boundaries were negotiable or exaggerated. Let me put it in a better perspective. You don't see me telling my parents, grandparents, my cousins, not even my cousin's dog, Yoshi. You don't hear me telling anybody, hey, watch Sword Online with me. Hey, you want to watch Sword Online? You have never seen me ask anybody, hey, anybody want to watch Sword Online? What I do is what I do on Facebook here. What Makai did do is correct as a true friend. He posted a congratulation to me when we got married on September 16th. That should be that kind of post I want to read, and not something like, oh, you open to new ideas, but you can't watch horror. That's hilarious. I don't understand how that is a joke, or how something for me to find it sarcastic. I know he's sarcastic, but I'm autistic, and if I were to say that to someone that's worse than me, I probably might feel like I might offend somebody. Not everybody shares that same understanding from what that person is trying to say. But as I was saying, I would not say something like that. But if someone gets offended on me bragging about Sword Online or my favorite anime, the right thing to do is always say, oh, sorry, don't talk about it again, don't bring it up. That's my expectation. I'm a good friend. And Joe would be the best example. So disregard for personal preference and boundaries. I openly and repeatedly stated my preference, such as not participating in horror, thriller, or slasher genre entertainment. Despite this, these preferences were casually dismissed in conversation as though my boundaries were negotiable or exaggerated. My passion for creative writing and storytelling, something I cultivated for nearly 20 years, was also brushed off in a way that felt trivializing. At a time when I expressed dissatisfaction with my job, his response was simply, if you don't like your job, then why just quit? Or just quit. What I needed was empathy, not casual dismissal or something that he shouldn't have said if he can't say anything nice. Despite that, I give him credit for freedom of speech and for him speaking his mind. But ironically, AI platform have responded with more thoughtfulness and understanding than I felt I received from a real-life former roommate. And then online versus in-person discrepancy. I also noticed a striking difference between Makai's public-facing personality and his tone in private group chats. At conventions or parties, he often presents as friendly and outgoing, such as I can easily tell he jokes around in real life, such as saying all these phrases and all these jokes more in person, and it feels more outgoing, and I can understand that. I can really see that he's joking and being sarcastic if he were to say it in person. But online, especially on Facebook and previous messenger group chat, his communication becomes more combative, apparently combative and passive aggressive. It became clear to me that I was being treated differently than other friends in the same circles. For example, in a previous group chat with Raven, Brendan, Joe, Andy, he's pretty precisely targeting me, and I have all that chat saved on my other hard drive on my Trello, and I can read and quote all that. But it seems that he's directing towards me, and I have saved a screenshot that proves that he was messaging directly at me. And if he was a good friend and he's trying to build this friendship, he wouldn't have said all this from the get-go. He would have apologized to me one-on-one on Messenger saying, hey Ty, I'm sorry, I didn't know you're autistic. I apologize for saying all that. I mean no harm when I say all that. I want to formally reintroduce myself that I'm sarcastic. I do say a lot of things that might feel offensive. I want to give you a heads up. That's my expectation of what true friendship or someone that cares about building friendships. But I have told him in person when we have argued in his bedroom, I told him multiple times I didn't like horror movies. He should have said okay. And instead of you being defensive, he should be saying that to my parents or to his own parents in a similar fashion. So I'm calling that out and exposing that out and making that clear. Because it became clear to me that I was being treated differently, noticeably being directed in response directly at me than other friends in the same circles. I seemed to receive a brunt of his sarcasm, judgment, or dismissiveness, creating a sense of bias that eroded any trust or emotional safety in the dynamics. Conclusion and request for reflection. I'm not sharing this out of spite, but out of necessity for our own mental clarity and growth. It's important to name and document these experiences. Marvelousmehki patterns and Seunggi Lee, Phil, and Joe the Pro, and all these known friends within the circles patterns ranging from emotional rigidity, dismissiveness, vague planning, and a lack of boundary respect. Like Joe, my longtime friend Joe from 2014, the father of Chris, he is very friendly. He's very humble, and I simply tell him I'm not a big fan of horror movies, and I have never seen him put a horror movie in front of my face versus his son Chris. Me and my wife were there. Chris and his girlfriend were there when we were trying to do modeling when I was feeling sick. When I put on my Kirito wig, he put on a horror movie where a class clown or criminal covered in blood is out of laundry trying to wash his clothes, and he was laughing out loud, like laughing out loud. But his girlfriend Tiani spoke up on our behalf, saying they don't like horror movies 3 times. That's a good friend to Tiani. I don't mind being good friends with Tiani, but Joe the Pro is the best, and so is Alexander, the husband, the best man. That's the kind of friend I'm looking for. So I'm telling you, Makai, and I'm telling to anybody that acts like him, including Sada Freedy, that asked my feet pictures, you need to stay in your place. Don't mind your own business. You have your own friends. Pretend I'm not here. I'm invisible. Pretend we never met. I need friends that can take no for an answer and say, oh, no problem. I'm not a big fan of Sword Art Online either. And I'm like, no problem. Go carry on our day. That's the kind of expectation and response I'm looking for. That's the bottom line. So I wish for others reading this, especially those who may be navigating similar experiences, to know that it's okay to speak up. If you say no, you have a right to say no. I don't want anybody to feel influenced or feel compelled to be doing what the person wants to do. Like, if you don't feel comfortable doing rock climbing or jumping off the cliff, you have the right to say no. Don't let people guilt trip you or force you into doing things you're not comfortable with. And that's why I say all this. And that's why I look for friends who don't take this the big deal. That's the bottom line, and that's the memo. Right now, Sora AI is experiencing increased error again, and I am trying to post a lot of pictures, creating a lot of images. I'm trying to create my brother-in-law. He loves corgi, and I'm trying to put him surrounded by corgis because he always jokes around saying, "Where's my corgi?" But again, shout out to my brother-in-law Paul. He doesn't put horror movie in front of my face. Well, he did try to put Alien one time, but I want to try to say this clearly and openly. I'm not a big fan of horror. So watching Mrs. Doubtfire is a good option, and I like that. So now everybody knows where I stand and who I am. I love anime. I love slice of life. I love PG-13 anime with a little bit of horror, but it has to be at my own discretion. If I feel like watching it, I'll watch it. If I don't, I don't. So that, hopefully everyone watching this live stream, hearing me what I have to say, understands where I'm coming from now. That's the ultimate memo. And thank you, RangeX26VN, for commenting on my live stream on Twitch. And I made it super clear as it can be. Now I'm going to eat dinner with my family, and later on I'm going to go get some boba tea. Also, I'm doing better, feeling okay. And for extra consideration, for those that care, I'm recovering from my surgery. I really hope you express some sympathy and empathy that I'm still recovering from my surgery, and I felt extra insult to injury being dismissed like that. Especially when my butt is itchy, my butt may still feel pain. I felt like my underwear may be bleeding or something, and I'm spending over $2,000 with health insurance to pay it off, all on my own. So yeah, I'm not a movie buff, and I don't want to watch any movies. I don't want to hang out with any friends to watch movies. I want to stay here, be on my phone, and be on my computer, writing stories, producing these 2D anime AI on Sora AI, which I'm sharing right now. Here you go. Here's proof. And then promoting my YouTube. Now again, I have 101 subscribers. See, promote my YouTube.
Well, good afternoon. Sunbeam typed in recording. Just decided to get off of work early because I'm feeling sleepy, feeling drained, taxed, stressed. Always a long day for me, working nearly 10 hours, or 10 hours for me because I leave about 30 minutes. I work from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. outbound ship dock here at the fulfillment center of Amazon. And you see why I'm not a big fan of it, because I don't like wearing shirts, pants, and shoes. But yeah.
So last thing, on March 3rd, 2023, when we went to KawawaCon in San Antonio, this is what he said. That shows a good friend. It might only been 2 days, but I enjoyed my time at San Antonio KawawaCon 2 to Tango. And while I didn't take as many pictures this time around, at least I took some. So I hope y'all enjoy. Thanks again to my wife, Sayungi Lee, and myself for inviting me. That's a good friend. That's something what I want to hear from him, from Makai, and not something like, open to new ideas, can't watch horror. I can see a difference in the tone there. I would have said I have a great time at KawawaCon. I'm happy. We have fun. That's what I want to hear, and I can tell there is a difference in the tone there, a difference in the shift. That's being wholesome. That's what I call wholesome. I love slice of life wholesomeness. So good thing I'm sharing that for transparency. So yeah, anyone can look this up and on Facebook here, on Google, like what I'm sharing right now on my live stream. Alright, but anyway, I'm going to cut the live stream, terminate the Facebook live stream, and eat dinner with my family. Bottoms out. And again, I appreciate the speedy recovery. I appreciate the wishes on me to recover from my post-surgery. My butt is still itchy, and my butt kind of hurts a bit, but I'm doing okay. And I respect the people. I respect friends and newcomers and audience that respect me, my preferences, and will not act more like a bully or sarcastic talker, and will tell me, Ty, get well. Ty, I hope your butt heals so you can be at Colossal, Texas. That's what I want to hear. Thank you very much, and peace. Okay, recording, got the cameras rolling. Again, another selfie video. Again, general advisory warning for future videos, any upcoming video content that I uploaded coming from me whenever I post video, just giving a standard advisory warning, a heads up. Viewer discretion is advised, not safe for work or semi not safe for work. That is for viewers over the age of 18 or in much more cases with alcohol involved. 21 plus. So it's not safe for work, not safe for minors, and not safe for those that might find this off-putting, offensive, disturbing, ridiculous, stupid, weird, or whatever. If you disagree with anything I post or any content I share or post here on YouTube, Facebook, or any other social media of the internet, you don't have to feel obligated to watch this video. Scroll along, look for other content of your taste. And I apologize in general for that, but I cannot apologize, and I cannot guarantee to make anyone or anybody happy. I cannot make you happy. I can't make this person happy. I can't make that person happy. I can't make a few groups of people happy. I can only do so much, and I can only do whatever I can with the given resources and the time, the free time that I have, if free time allows. I am a very busy person. I currently have a full-time work, and for those that have read my introduction here on the previous comments on my previous YouTube content, I have expressed I currently work for Amazon, and I'm not a big fan of working at Amazon. I know I have expressed this countless times on previous live streams on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. I've strongly expressed this for those that keep tabs on me, checking up on me, following my journey. I currently work for Amazon, and currently it's Amazon Prime,
Prime week, so it's peak, so it's overtime, mandatory extra time, MET, working 11 hours, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, times 5, with 2 days off, and on average 10 hours with 3 days off, working at the warehouse, the fulfillment center, on unforgiving concrete floors like this here, this garage floor. And yeah, I'm in the garage. I figured out I'm trying to do something new, trying to spice up the pleasure, spice up the fun. I want to let you know that I am a genuine and a considered 18 plus, not safe for work, model, artist, content creator, live streamer. I am a foot model, a foot enthusiastic, a foot centric, foot focused, and generally a foot fetish Asian male model here. I'm not hiding behind the internet or a computer. I'm not hiding behind the anonymity. I am really showing myself, presenting myself, because I'm trying to be, hoping to rise to the top of the public finger, to be like those public celebrities, cosplayer, hoping to come in as a cosplay guest at future conventions or public events, hoping to be recognized, represented, hoping to be represented for just being me, myself, being naturally myself. So I'm here in this garage. There's this Lexus car on my left-hand side, and maybe this shelf here, and I'm sitting here getting my shorts dirty. I'm sweating, and yeah, I'm feeling dirty. I haven't taken a shower yet. I am a clean freak, but also a dirty freak. I like, wet and messy stuff. As I've shown in my previous, grounding and earthing nature. I'm a man of nature. I'm a nature lover. And again, this is commentary, so I'm commenting here. So again, viewer discretion is advised. 18 plus. You have been warned. And again, for future content, again, just throwing this out there, trying to make video content, trying to make a general advisory warning that in the future content, this may contain social political talks, political insensitivity, talking about everyday life, talking about conventions, public events, talking about my disagreements. I'm a complainer, yeah, whatever, but just expressing my thoughts freely, pleading the First Amendment. And again, defining what the freedom here in America is. The land of the free, the home of the brave, and the land of endless opportunities, where the sky is the limit, where there is a will, there is a way. For every problem, there is a solution. And you do have the ultimate choice within your free will, free volition, to choose to do the right thing. But which not many people, according to all the news and articles on the internet, they're choosing to do the wrong thing, choose to be the crooks, criminals, doing bad things, to intentionally harm people, like Johnny Somali, Neon, Jack Doherty, Fred Beyer, Durf, Dita Mack, Joseph Cannell, all those nuisance public TikTok live streamers or IRL live streamers just pranking the public, going around grocery stores and harming the public, pranking the older generations. I don't understand those kind of pranksters that make a living doing that and saying, it's a prank, bro, it's a prank. Chill, man, it's a prank. It's a joke. I don't think it's a joke, and I don't find it funny. I don't understand why someone would go around pranking people and doing something like that and make a career or a living or having all that free time dedicated to doing something like that. I just don't understand that. But again, I'm going to give a heads up that this may consider feet-centric focus and a feet content, only feet service. PG-13, semi, not safe for work. Again, viewer discretion is advised, because I'm going to show my bare souls and my dirty souls. So yeah, I hope you don't mind me talking about commentary while, wiggling my toes, happy feet and all that. My toes are dirty, and I figure this is something I should have worked on more. So again, spicing things up for all the foot lovers, especially for me at my age, for those that are LGBT, gay, that are into young male from 18 to 30. I mean, if you vibe with that, I'm open to that. I'm understand about that. But for male foot models and all that, there you go. I know, again, I have shared all these pictures and I'm trying to edit and make them look better, because I'm not going to reuse and recycle some of them, make a bigger compilation of a lot of foot content. And again, this is really expressing who I am here as a person, who I am as a content creator, who I am as a live streamer, who I am as a male model, an Asian male model, and who I am as a cosplayer, when it comes to modeling and being a public figure, this is who I am. I'm really honestly surprised if this make it to the wiki feed or the Asian male feed or something, male model. But again, let's talk about foot fetish. Someone with a foot fetish or a handle and feet, particularly bare feet, dirty feet, whatever, clean feet, dirty feet, smooth feet. Well, my feet aren't sexy, and I'm just want to be honest with myself. For those that may agree with me, but if you think my feet look sexy, especially my bare soles, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. And I want to present myself, trying to sell myself here as a male model. And that for anyone that lives here in ATX, Austin, in Central Texas, focusing in Austin, Pflugerville, Round Rock, maybe Huddle. I don't really like to drive that far, but I want to say this. If you heard of OnlyFans, they always say they don't do in-person meetup. They don't do meetups. They don't do video recording or voice chat like this on Discord or video calls like this. And I'm sure they don't like to show their face or hide behind their anonymity. For most female OnlyFans models or models, when they try to interact with their viewers, interact with the fans. But for me, I used to be an OnlyFans model. Oh man, I gotta go use the restroom. But again, I used to be an OnlyFans, and again, I'm very clothing optional. I express myself, body positivity, head to toe. And I want to express that I am open to doing meetups. Unlike all these females that don't like to do meetups, I'm very open to doing meetups. I like to meet you in person. You know, express our interest here in feet. I love to have some hands-on experience getting my feet pampered, foot massage, foot reflexology, full body massage, exercise and clothing optional. I like to be undraped. I like to have the full, like those warm oil, massage oil on my body, or any sensory textile stuff like goo or slime on my feet. I love playing in the mud. I love getting my feet dusty and dirty. So again, yep. I'm glad to have a dirty floor like this, and I wish I could walk barefoot at my workplace on a hard concrete floor where the floor is just dirty. I love getting my feet dirty with these dust and dirt. I would love to go to a parking lot just to walk around barefoot to get my feet dirty on purpose, intentionally, deliberately, just for that purpose, to make content like this. So I apologize if you're not a big fan of commentating, me expressing myself and showing my feet. But I'm just expressing to get the word out, to say that I'm open to meet up. If you live here in Central Texas, here in ATX, Pflugerville, Round Rock, away from the capital city of downtown, central cities, the big cities, I'm open to doing a meetup. I'm going to go ahead and briefly end this video because I need to step out and use the restroom. I'm going to try to edit and try to connect this video to the previous video because I got a lot of things to say. I'll be right back.